In the ethereal realm where the heavens met the earth, there existed a celestial quartet known as the Anemoi, the personifications of the four cardinal winds. Each possessed a distinct character and domain, shaping the tapestry of the natural world. Boreas, the north wind, was a formidable force. His icy breath swept across the land, bringing with it biting cold and snowstorms that could freeze the very marrow of mortals. His piercing gaze could send shivers down the spines of even the bravest warriors. Notus, the south wind, was a sultry temptress. Her warm embrace brought with it the scent of blooming flowers and the promise of rain. She could soothe the parched earth and bring life to wilting vegetation. Yet, her capricious nature could also unleash devastating storms and floods. Zephyrus, the west wind, was a gentle breeze. His whisper carried the fragrance of wildflowers and the promise of spring. He was the harbinger of new beginnings and the messenger of love. His touch could revive the weary and inspire the creative spirit. Eurus, the east wind, was a wise and enigmatic figure. His knowledge of the past and future was said to be vast. He could bring with him both prosperity and adversity, depending on the whims of fate. His presence often heralded change and transformation. One fateful day, as the Anemoi gathered in their celestial abode, a great commotion arose. A mortal named Odysseus, a cunning and resourceful hero, had angered the gods and was now lost at sea. The gods had decreed that he should be punished for his hubris. Boreas, with his icy breath, summoned a tempest that threatened to engulf Odysseus's ship. Notus, with her sultry embrace, unleashed a torrential downpour that soaked the sailors to the bone. Zephyrus, with his gentle breeze, blew the ship off course, sending it far from its intended destination. Eurus, with his enigmatic wisdom, foresaw Odysseus's eventual triumph. He whispered a message to Zephyrus, who carried it to the hero's ears. The message gave Odysseus hope and renewed his determination to survive. As the storm raged on, the Anemoi watched with keen interest. They saw Odysseus's unwavering spirit and his ability to overcome adversity. They realized that even the most powerful of forces could be defied by the indomitable will of a mortal. In the end, Odysseus emerged victorious from his ordeal. He had faced the wrath of the gods and the fury of the winds, but he had never given up hope. The Anemoi, impressed by his resilience, granted him safe passage home. From that day forward, the Anemoi became known not only as the personifications of the winds but also as symbols of the challenges and triumphs that mortals must face in their journey through life. They taught that even in the face of adversity, hope and determination can prevail. And so, the legend of the Anemoi, the four wind gods, was passed down through generations, inspiring mortals to embrace the winds of change and to never lose sight of their dreams. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where celestial shadows danced and the echoes of ancient prophecies reverberated, resided Cronus, the formidable Titan ruler. His colossal frame, adorned with a flowing mane of silver hair and piercing golden eyes, exuded an aura of both majesty and dread. As the eldest son of Uranus, the primordial sky god, and Gaia, the earth goddess, Cronus inherited a formidable legacy. His siblings, the Titans, were a formidable force, each possessing extraordinary powers and an unyielding determination to seize dominion over the cosmos. Among the Titans, Cronus stood apart as the most ambitious and ruthless. Driven by an insatiable thirst for power, he plotted to overthrow his father and claim the throne of the heavens. With the aid of his cunning mother, Gaia, he devised a treacherous plan. One fateful night, as Uranus descended upon Gaia to embrace her, Cronus emerged from the shadows, wielding a sickle forged from the unyielding adamantine. With a swift and decisive blow, he severed his father's genitals, casting them into the depths of the sea. From the severed remains of Uranus, a torrent of blood and foam surged forth, giving birth to the Erinyes, the vengeful Furies, and the giants, monstrous beings of immense strength. The act of patricide had unleashed a primordial curse upon Cronus and his kin. As Cronus ascended to the throne, he established his dominion over the heavens and the earth. His reign was marked by both tyranny and prosperity. He imprisoned his father, Uranus, in the depths of Tartarus, the abyss beneath the underworld. With his Titaness wife, Rhea, Cronus fathered a brood of powerful children, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hestia, Demeter, and Hera. However, fearing that one of his offspring would rise up against him as he had against his own father, Cronus resorted to a cruel and desperate measure. He devoured his children whole, consuming them into his vast stomach. Rhea, horrified by her husband's actions, sought refuge with her mother, Gaia. Together, they devised a plan to save the youngest of her children, Zeus. When Zeus was born, Rhea wrapped him in swaddling clothes and presented Cronus with a stone in his place. Deceived by the ruse, Cronus swallowed the stone, unaware that his true son had escaped his clutches. Raised in secret by the nymphs of Crete, Zeus grew into a formidable warrior. With the aid of his siblings, who had been regurgitated by Cronus after a powerful emetic potion, he launched a rebellion against his tyrannical father. The Titanomachy, a cataclysmic war that shook the heavens and the earth, raged for 10 long years. Zeus, wielding his thunderbolts, led the charge against Cronus and his Titan allies. The battle was fierce and bloody, with both sides unleashing their full fury. Finally, with the aid of the Cyclopes and the Hundred-Handed Ones, Zeus and his siblings emerged victorious. Cronus and his Titan followers were cast into Tartarus, where they were imprisoned for all eternity. Thus, the reign of Cronus came to an end, and the era of the Olympian gods began. Zeus, the son who had overthrown his father, ascended to the throne of the heavens, establishing a new order in the cosmos. And so, the legend of Cronus, the Titan ruler who devoured his own children, became a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition, the power of prophecy, and the indomitable spirit of those who dare to challenge the established order. In the ethereal realm of ancient Greece, where gods and goddesses held sway, there lived a Titaness of unparalleled beauty and radiance, Eos, the personification of the dawn. As the first rays of sunlight pierced the horizon, Eos would emerge from her celestial abode, her golden chariot drawn by winged steeds. Her presence illuminated the heavens, casting a warm glow upon the sleeping world. With each passing moment, the darkness retreated, replaced by the vibrant hues of morning. Eos possessed a gentle and compassionate nature. She was known for her love of mortals, often intervening in their lives to bring them joy or solace. One such mortal was the handsome youth Tithonus, whom Eos fell deeply in love with. In her infatuation, Eos begged Zeus, the king of the gods, to grant Tithonus immortality. Zeus agreed, but in her haste, Eos neglected to ask for eternal youth. As the years turned into centuries, Tithonus grew old and frail, his body withered and his mind clouded. Eos was heartbroken. She could not bear to watch the love of her life age and decay before her eyes. In her despair, she transformed Tithonus into a cicada, a creature that would forever sing a mournful song of lost youth. Despite her sorrow, Eos continued to fulfill her duties as the goddess of the dawn. Each morning, she would rise from the depths of the ocean, her chariot illuminating the sky. Her presence brought hope and renewal to all who beheld her. One day, as Eos was preparing for her daily journey, she noticed a young man standing on the shore. His name was Zephyrus, and he was a renowned hunter. Eos was instantly smitten by his beauty and grace. She descended from her chariot and approached Zephyrus, offering him her love. However, Zephyrus was already married to the beautiful Procris. Undeterred, Eos pursued him relentlessly, using her divine powers to tempt him. Zephyrus resisted Eos's advances, remaining faithful to his wife. Enraged by his rejection, Eos cursed Procris, causing her to become jealous and suspicious of her husband. In a fit of jealousy, Procris followed Zephyrus into the forest, where he was hunting. Mistaking him for a deer, she shot him with an arrow, killing him instantly. Eos was devastated by the death of her beloved. She mourned for Zephyrus and cursed Procris to wander the earth forever, haunted by her guilt. As the centuries passed, Ios's legend grew. She became known as the goddess of new beginnings, hope, and renewal. Her image adorned countless works of art, inspiring poets, painters, and musicians alike. And so, Ios, the Titaness of the dawn, continued to rise each morning, her radiant presence illuminating the world and bringing hope to all who beheld her. Her story became a timeless tale of love, loss, and the enduring power of the human spirit. In the ethereal realm where celestial bodies danced, there lived a Titaness of unparalleled beauty and grace, Ios, the goddess of the dawn. Her radiant presence heralded the break of each new day, casting a golden glow upon the slumbering world. As the first rays of sunlight pierced through the darkness, Ios would emerge from her celestial abode, her chariot drawn by 4 magnificent steeds, Ethon, the fiery red, Pyroas, the blazing orange, Eus, the golden yellow, and Phlegon, the incandescent white. Their hooves thundered across the heavens, leaving a trail of shimmering light in their wake. Ios was not merely a celestial harbinger. She was also the mother of the 4 winds, Boreas, the blustery north wind, Zephyrus, the gentle west wind, Notus, the humid south wind, and Eurus, the scorching east wind. Each wind possessed a distinct personality and purpose, shaping the weather and influencing the lives of mortals. Boreas, with his icy breath, brought forth winter's chill. He howled through the mountains, scattering snow and freezing the land. Zephyrus, on the other hand, was a gentle breeze that carried the scent of flowers and whispered secrets to the trees. Notus, with his warm embrace, brought rain and fertility to the earth. And Eurus, with his fiery touch, heralded the arrival of summer's heat. Ios's children were as diverse as the winds themselves. Boreas was a fierce and unforgiving warrior, while Zephyrus was a playful and mischievous spirit. Notus was a nurturing mother, and Eurus was a passionate and destructive force. Yet, despite their differences, they shared an unbreakable bond with their mother. One fateful day, as Ios was preparing to ascend into the sky, she overheard a conversation between her children. Boreas boasted of his strength, Zephyrus of his agility, Notus of her nurturing touch, and Eurus of his fiery power. Ios listened with a mixture of pride and concern. She knew that her children were powerful, but she also feared that their rivalry could lead to conflict. To prevent such a tragedy, she devised a plan. Summoning her children to her side, Io spoke to them with a voice as soft as the morning breeze. "My beloved children," she said, "I have heard your boasts, and I am filled with both pride and trepidation. Your powers are great, but they must be used wisely. Remember," she continued, "that you are siblings, bound together by the unbreakable ties of family. Let not rivalry divide you. Instead, let it inspire you to work together, to complement each other's strengths and weaknesses." Ios's words touched her children's hearts. They realized the wisdom in her counsel and vowed to honor her wishes. From that day forward, the 4 winds became known for their cooperation and harmony. Together, they orchestrated the weather, bringing balance and order to the world. Boreas's icy blasts tempered Zephyrus's gentle breezes, while Notus's nurturing rains quenched Eurus's fiery heat. And so, under the watchful eye of their mother, Ios, the winds danced in perfect harmony, ensuring the well-being of all who dwelled beneath their celestial embrace. As the centuries passed, Ios's legend grew. She became a symbol of hope and renewal, her radiant presence inspiring poets, artists, and musicians throughout the ages. Her name was invoked in prayers and rituals, and her image adorned countless temples and shrines. And so, Ios, the Titaness of the dawn and mother of the 4 winds, continued to grace the heavens with her ethereal beauty and wisdom, forever reminding mortals of the power of unity and the transformative nature of the dawn. In the realm of ancient Greece, where gods and mortals intertwined, there lived a tale of forbidden love and divine retribution. It was the story of Epimetheus, the son of Zeus, the king of the gods, and Io, a beautiful mortal maiden. Io, a priestess of Hera, the queen of the gods, had caught the eye of Zeus. Smitten by her beauty, he pursued her relentlessly, despite Hera's jealous wrath. To protect Io from his wife's vengeance, Zeus transformed her into a white heifer. However, Hera was not fooled. She sent a gadfly to torment Io, driving her relentlessly across the land. Io wandered far and wide, her body scarred and her spirit broken. In her desperation, she stumbled upon Egypt, a land of ancient wonders and enigmatic deities. As Io lay exhausted on the banks of the Nile River, Zeus, moved by her plight, revealed his true identity to her. He promised to protect her and their unborn child. From their union, Epimetheus was born, a son of divine lineage and mortal heritage. Epimetheus grew into a handsome and powerful youth, inheriting the strength of his father and the beauty of his mother. He became the ancestor of the kings of Egypt, a dynasty that would rule for centuries. The pharaohs of Egypt traced their lineage back to Epimetheus, claiming divine authority over their people. However, Epimetheus's birth had not gone unnoticed by Hera. Still consumed by jealousy, she sought revenge on the child who symbolized her husband's infidelity. She sent a group of Titans, primordial giants, to destroy Epimetheus. The Titans descended upon Egypt, their thunderous footsteps shaking the land. They sought to seize Epimetheus and cast him into the depths of Tartarus, the underworld prison. But Zeus, ever watchful over his son, intervened. A fierce battle ensued between the gods and the Titans. Zeus hurled thunderbolts, while the Titans fought back with their immense strength. The earth trembled and the heavens shook as the two sides clashed. In the end, Zeus emerged victorious. He defeated the Titans and banished them to Tartarus. Epimetheus was saved, and the line of the pharaohs was preserved. As the dust settled, Zeus established Memphis as the capital of Egypt and appointed Epimetheus as its first king. Epimetheus ruled wisely and justly, bringing prosperity and stability to his people. He built temples and monuments to honor the gods and left a lasting legacy that would shape the course of Egyptian history. And so, the tale of Epimetheus, the son of Zeus and Io, became a legend passed down through generations. It was a story of forbidden love, divine retribution, and the enduring power of lineage. And in the annals of ancient Egypt, Epimetheus's name would forever be etched as the ancestor of a dynasty that ruled for centuries, a testament to the enduring legacy of the gods and the mortals they loved. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where celestial beings dwelled, there lived a Titan named Epimetheus, brother to the renowned Prometheus. Unlike his forward-thinking sibling, Epimetheus possessed a peculiar gift, the power of afterthought. As the Titans toiled to create the world, Epimetheus was tasked with distributing gifts to the creatures that would inhabit it. With great care, he bestowed upon each animal a unique attribute, the lion's strength, the eagle's wings, the serpent's cunning. However, in his haste, he neglected to consider the needs of humanity. When it came time to endow humans with their gifts, Epimetheus found himself empty-handed. Desperate, he turned to his brother Prometheus for help. Prometheus, ever the benefactor, stole fire from the gods and gifted it to mankind, granting them warmth, light, and the ability to forge tools. But Epimetheus's troubles were far from over. As he pondered his actions, he realized that he had made a grave mistake. In his afterthought, he saw that he had given the best gifts to the animals, leaving humans vulnerable and exposed. To rectify his error, Epimetheus sought the aid of Pandora, a beautiful woman created by the gods. He entrusted her with a jar filled with all the evils of the world, instructing her to keep it sealed. However, Pandora's curiosity got the better of her, and she opened the jar, unleashing a torrent of misery upon humanity. As the evil spread, Epimetheus watched in horror, realizing the consequences of his thoughtless actions. He had brought suffering and despair upon the very beings he had meant to protect. Haunted by guilt, Epimetheus retreated into the shadows, becoming a solitary figure who dwelled on his past mistakes. He became known as the Titan of Afterthought, a cautionary tale about the dangers of acting without considering the consequences. Centuries passed, and the legend of Epimetheus faded into obscurity. But his legacy lived on, a reminder that even the most well-intentioned actions can have unintended consequences. One day, a young shepherd named Alexis stumbled upon Epimetheus's hidden abode. Intrigued by the old Titan story, Alexis sought his wisdom. Epimetheus, weary and filled with regret, shared his tale with the young man. "My child," he said, "learn from my mistakes. Do not be hasty in your actions, but take time to consider the potential outcomes. For in the realm of afterthought, there is often little room for redemption." Alexis took Epimetheus's words to heart. He became a thoughtful and compassionate leader, always weighing the consequences of his decisions before acting. And so, the legacy of Epimetheus, the Titan of afterthought, continued to inspire generations to come, reminding them of the importance of foresight and the power of reflection. In the ethereal realm where celestial beings dwelled, there existed a formidable deity known as Eurus, the god of the east wind. His domain extended over vast expanses of land and sea, where his breath carried the promise of change and renewal. Eurus was a tempestuous force, his presence heralded by the rustling of leaves and the gentle caress of a breeze. As he swept across the heavens, his wings unfurled like 1,000 silken banners, painting the sky with hues of azure and gold. His eyes, piercing and enigmatic, held the wisdom of ages and the secrets of the unknown. One fateful day, as Eurus soared through the celestial tapestry, he noticed a young mortal named Arion. Arion was a skilled musician, his melodies enchanting all who heard them. Intrigued, Eurus descended to the mortal realm, drawn by the allure of Arion's music. As Eurus approached, Arion's fingers danced across the strings of his lyre, weaving a symphony that filled the air with ethereal beauty. Eurus was captivated by the mortal's talent and the raw emotion that poured forth from his music. In that moment, a profound connection sparked between the celestial deity and the mortal musician. Eurus recognized in Arion a kindred spirit, one who possessed the power to move hearts and inspire souls. And so, he made a pact with Arion, promising to guide and protect him on his musical journey. Together, they embarked on an extraordinary adventure. Eurus carried Arion on his mighty wings, soaring over towering mountains and across shimmering seas. As they traveled, Eurus shared his wisdom and knowledge with Arion, teaching him the secrets of the wind and the rhythms of the universe. Arion, in turn, filled Eurus's celestial realm with the magic of his music. His melodies danced through the heavens, bringing joy to the gods and solace to the weary. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing day, as they discovered the true meaning of friendship and the transformative power of art. However, their idyllic existence was not to last. One day, as they flew over a treacherous mountain pass, a fierce storm erupted. Lightning bolts illuminated the sky, and thunder roared like 1,000 angry beasts. Eurus fought valiantly against the tempest, but the winds were too strong. As they were about to be consumed by the storm, Arion played a haunting melody on his lyre. The music seemed to calm the raging elements, creating a sanctuary of peace amidst the chaos. Eurus was amazed by Arion's unwavering spirit and the power of his music to transcend even the most formidable of storms. In that moment, Eurus realized that Arion was not merely a mortal musician but a true hero. He had the courage to face adversity with grace and the ability to inspire hope in the darkest of times. And so, Eurus vowed to always watch over Arion, protecting him from harm and guiding him towards his destiny. As the storm subsided, Eurus and Arion continued their journey, their bond unbreakable. They traveled to distant lands, sharing their music and spreading joy wherever they went. And as the years turned into centuries, the legend of Eurus, the god of the east wind, and Arion, the mortal musician, was passed down through generations, inspiring countless hearts with its tale of friendship, courage, and the transformative power of art. In the ethereal realm where shadows danced and mysteries whispered, there lived a goddess of unparalleled power and enigmatic allure, Hecate. Daughter of the celestial Titaness Asteria, she was the embodiment of magic, witchcraft, and the enigmatic night. Hecate's origins were shrouded in ancient lore. Some whispered that she emerged from the primordial darkness, a force of chaos and creation. Others believed she was born from the union of Zeus, the king of the gods, and Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. Regardless of her genesis, Hecate's influence permeated every aspect of the mortal and divine realms. As the goddess of magic, Hecate possessed an arsenal of arcane knowledge and abilities. She could manipulate the elements, summon spirits, and cast spells that could alter the course of destiny. Her name was invoked by witches and sorcerers, who sought her guidance and protection in their mystical endeavors. Hecate's dominion extended beyond the realm of magic. She was also the goddess of the night, a time when boundaries blurred and the veil between worlds thinned. She presided over crossroads, where travelers and spirits alike sought her favor. Her presence was felt in the howling of wolves, the flickering of fireflies, and the eerie silence of moonlit forests. But Hecate was not merely a benevolent deity. She was also a formidable guardian of the underworld. Her three-headed dog, Cerberus, stood watch at the gates of Hades, preventing the living from entering and the dead from escaping. Hecate herself could summon the spirits of the departed, using their knowledge and power for her own purposes. Despite her formidable nature, Hecate was not without compassion. She offered solace to those who had lost their way, guiding them through the darkness and helping them find their true path. She was a protector of women, especially those who were marginalized or persecuted. One fateful night, as the moon cast its silvery glow upon the land, a young woman named Anya found herself lost and alone in a desolate forest. Fear gnawed at her heart as she stumbled through the undergrowth, desperate for help. Suddenly, she heard a faint whisper carried by the wind. "Do not fear, child," the voice said. "I am Hecate, and I will guide you." Anya's eyes widened in disbelief. She had never expected to encounter the goddess herself. With trembling hands, she followed the voice until she came to a clearing. There, standing in the moonlight, was Hecate, her form shrouded in a shimmering cloak. "You are lost, my child," Hecate said. "But I will help you find your way." With a wave of her hand, Hecate summoned a spectral horse. Anya mounted the horse, and together they rode through the forest, the darkness parting before them. As they approached the edge of the forest, Anya turned to thank Hecate. "Thank you, goddess," she said. "You have saved me." "You are welcome, child," Hecate replied. "Remember, even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And when you need guidance, call upon my name." With those words, Hecate vanished into the night, leaving Anya with a newfound sense of confidence and purpose. From that day forward, Anya carried the memory of her encounter with the goddess close to her heart, knowing that even in the face of adversity, she was never truly alone. As the centuries passed, Hecate's legend grew, becoming intertwined with countless tales of magic, mystery, and the supernatural. She was worshipped by witches, sorcerers, and those who sought to unlock the secrets of the hidden world. Her image adorned amulets and talismans, protecting wearers from evil and granting them access to the realms of the unknown. And so, Hecate, the goddess of magic, witchcraft, and the night, continued to reign supreme in the shadows, her power and influence forever etched into the fabric of human history and imagination. In the ethereal expanse of the celestial realm, where celestial bodies danced in an intricate ballet, there existed a titan of unparalleled brilliance and power, Helios, the personification of the sun. Helios, the son of Hyperion and Rhea, was a radiant deity whose golden chariot illuminated the heavens each day. As the sun rose, he would emerge from his celestial abode, his chariot drawn by 4 fiery steeds that galloped across the sky. His presence brought warmth, light, and life to the world below. Helios possessed an unyielding gaze that could pierce through the darkest of clouds. His eyes, like molten gold, emitted a blinding radiance that could illuminate the most hidden corners of the earth. His golden hair flowed behind him like a celestial banner, shimmering with the brilliance of 1,000 stars. As the sun's chariot ascended the celestial dome, Helios would survey his domain with a keen eye. He witnessed the bustling cities, the verdant forests, and the vast oceans that stretched out before him. Nothing escaped his notice, for he was the all-seeing eye of the heavens. Helios's presence brought joy and prosperity to the mortals below. Farmers rejoiced as their crops flourished under his golden rays. Sailors navigated the treacherous seas with confidence, guided by his celestial beacon. Artists and poets found inspiration in his radiant glow, their creations imbued with the warmth and brilliance of the sun. However, Helios was not merely a benevolent deity. He possessed a fiery temper and a fierce sense of justice. Those who dared to defy him or disrespect his authority faced his wrath. The scorching heat of his rays could wither crops and scorch the earth. His blinding gaze could strike down the wicked with a single glance. One fateful day, as Helios traversed the sky, he witnessed a group of mortals engaging in a forbidden ritual. They had gathered in a secluded grove, their faces painted with strange symbols and their voices raised in incantations. Helios's anger flared, and he unleashed his fiery wrath upon them. The grove erupted in flames, and the mortals were consumed by the sun's relentless heat. From that day forward, Helios became known as the Unconquered Sunday. He was a formidable force, both revered and feared by mortals and immortals alike. His presence in the sky was a constant reminder of the power and majesty of the celestial realm. As the sun began its descent, Helios would return to his celestial abode, his chariot bathed in the golden hues of twilight. He would rest in his palace, surrounded by his attendants, the Heliades, who tended to his needs and prepared him for the next day's journey. In the realm of the gods, Helios held a position of great honor and respect. He was a member of the Olympian Council, where he advised Zeus on matters of justice and wisdom. His presence brought light and warmth to the celestial halls, and his counsel was sought by both gods and mortals alike. Helios's legacy extended far beyond the celestial realm. He became a symbol of hope, renewal, and the indomitable spirit. His image adorned temples and statues, and his name was invoked in prayers and incantations. As the ages passed, Helios's story continued to be told and retold, inspiring generations of mortals and immortals alike. He remained the eternal embodiment of the sun, a celestial deity whose brilliance and power would forever illuminate the heavens. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, there lived a primordial deity named Hyperion. As the Titan of light, he possessed an incandescent aura that illuminated the celestial tapestry. His very essence was a radiant beacon, casting brilliance upon the cosmos. Hyperion's lineage was as illustrious as his power. He was the son of Uranus, the primordial sky god, and Gaia, the earth mother. From their union sprang a formidable brood of titans, each embodying a fundamental aspect of the universe. Among Hyperion's siblings were Oceanus, the titan of the world ocean, Coeus, the titan of intelligence, and Cronus, the titan of constellations. But it was Hyperion who held a unique place in the celestial hierarchy. He was the father of the celestial luminaries, the progenitors of day and night. From his union with Rhea, the Titaness of light, Hyperion sired 3 radiant children, Helios, the sun, Selene, the moon, and Eos, the dawn. These celestial beings inherited their father's brilliance, illuminating the heavens with their ethereal glow. Helios, the golden-haired god of the sun, rode his fiery chariot across the sky, bringing warmth and light to the world. Selene, the silver-haired goddess of the moon, cast her gentle radiance upon the night, guiding lost souls and inspiring poets. Eos, the rosy-fingered goddess of dawn, heralded the arrival of each new day, painting the horizon with hues of crimson and gold. Hyperion's children became symbols of hope and renewal, their celestial dance marking the passage of time. They were revered by mortals and immortals alike, their names forever etched in the annals of mythology. But Hyperion's reign was not without its challenges. The Olympians, a younger generation of gods led by Zeus, sought to overthrow the Titans and establish their own dominion over the cosmos. A cataclysmic war ensued, known as the Titanomachy. Hyperion fought valiantly alongside his brethren, his radiant light illuminating the battlefield. However, the Olympians proved too powerful, and the Titans were ultimately defeated. Hyperion and his fellow Titans were cast into the depths of Tartarus, a primordial abyss where they were imprisoned for eternity. Yet, even in his confinement, Hyperion's legacy lived on. His children, the celestial luminaries, continued to shine brightly in the heavens, a testament to his enduring power. And so, the Titan of Light became a symbol of hope and resilience, his name forever associated with the eternal cycle of day and night. Centuries later, as the Olympians ruled over Mount Olympus, Hyperion's story was passed down through generations of mortals. Poets and storytellers sang of his radiant glory and his valiant struggle against the forces of darkness. His name became synonymous with the indomitable spirit that resides within all beings, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the light of hope can never truly be extinguished. And so, the legend of Hyperion, the Titan of Light, continued to inspire and enchant, a timeless tale of celestial brilliance and the enduring power of the human spirit. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, resided Iapetus, the enigmatic Titan god of mortality. His towering form cast a long shadow over the desolate landscape, his piercing gaze holding the weight of countless ages. As the father of Prometheus, Epimetheus, Atlas, and Mnemosyne, Iapetus bore the burden of his children's destinies. Prometheus, the cunning trickster, had stolen fire from Olympus, earning the wrath of Zeus. Epimetheus, his foolish brother, had accepted Pandora's box, unleashing a torrent of evils upon the world. Atlas, the mighty Titan, was condemned to bear the weight of the heavens on his shoulders. And Mnemosyne, the least known of Iapetus' sons, had been cast into the depths of Tartarus for his insolence. Iapetus watched over his children with a mix of pride and sorrow. He had instilled in them the virtues of intelligence, foresight, and strength, but their actions had led them down perilous paths. As the years turned into centuries, Iapetus became a solitary figure, haunted by the consequences of his lineage. One fateful day, as Iapetus stood on the precipice of Mount Othrys, he was visited by his grandson, Heracles. The demigod had come to seek his aid in retrieving the golden apples of the Hesperides. Iapetus, moved by Heracles' determination, agreed to help. "My grandson," Iapetus said, his voice echoing through the void, "I have witnessed the trials and tribulations of your family. Know this, the path of mortality is fraught with both joy and sorrow. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead, and let your actions be guided by wisdom and compassion." Heracles listened intently to his grandfather's words, his heart filled with a newfound sense of purpose. With Iapetus' guidance, he embarked on his perilous quest, ultimately triumphing over adversity and claiming the golden apples. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across Mount Othrys, Iapetus stood alone once more. He had played his part in the tapestry of fate, shaping the destinies of his children and their descendants. And though the weight of mortality bore down upon him, he found solace in the knowledge that he had left an enduring legacy. In the annals of Greek mythology, Iapetus became known as the Titan who embodied the bittersweet nature of human existence. He was the father of both heroes and villains, a testament to the complexities and contradictions that define the mortal realm. And as the stars twinkled above Mount Othrys, Iapetus' name would forever be etched into the fabric of time, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit has the capacity for both greatness and folly. In the ethereal realm of ancient Greece, where celestial beings held sway, there lived a Titaness of enigmatic power and nocturnal wisdom, Asteria. As the embodiment of nocturnal oracles, she possessed the ability to pierce the veil of darkness and reveal the secrets of the future. Asteria's origins were shrouded in mystery. Some whispered that she was the daughter of the Titans Zeus and Phoebe, while others claimed she was born from the primordial darkness itself. Her name, meaning starry night, hinted at her celestial nature. As the Titaness of nocturnal oracles, Asteria held a unique position among the divine pantheon. She was not a goddess of prophecy in the traditional sense, but rather a conduit through which the whispers of the night could be heard. Her oracles were sought by mortals and immortals alike, who yearned to glimpse their destiny or unravel the mysteries of the unknown. Asteria's sanctuary was a secluded grove on the island of Ortygia, where the moon's silvery glow cast an ethereal light upon the ancient trees. Here, she would sit in silent meditation, her eyes closed as she listened to the whispers of the night. Those who sought her guidance would approach with reverence, their hearts filled with both anticipation and trepidation. Asteria's oracles were not always easy to interpret. Her words were often cryptic and ambiguous, requiring careful contemplation and discernment. Yet, those who possessed the wisdom to unravel their meaning found invaluable insights and guidance. Her prophecies shaped the course of countless lives, both mortal and divine. One fateful night, as Asteria sat in her grove, she felt a stirring within her. A powerful force was awakening, a force that would forever alter the course of her destiny. From the depths of her being, a daughter emerged, Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft and crossroads. Hecate was a formidable deity, possessing the power to control the forces of darkness and the secrets of the underworld. Her birth marked a turning point in Asteria's life, as she became both a mother and a mentor to her extraordinary daughter. Together, Asteria and Hecate formed an unbreakable bond. They shared a deep understanding of the mysteries of the night and the hidden realms of the soul. Asteria guided Hecate in her path, teaching her the secrets of divination and the power of the moon. As the centuries passed, Asteria's fame as a nocturnal oracle grew. Her sanctuary became a pilgrimage site for those seeking wisdom and guidance. Mortals and immortals alike flocked to Ortygia, eager to hear her enigmatic prophecies. However, Asteria's power came at a price. As the Titaness of nocturnal oracles, she was forever bound to the realm of darkness. She could not bask in the warmth of the sun or witness the beauty of the dawn. Her existence was a solitary one, spent in the shadows of the night. Yet, Asteria embraced her destiny with unwavering resolve. She knew that her purpose was to guide others through the darkness, to illuminate their path and help them find their way. And so, she continued to sit in her secluded grove, listening to the whispers of the night and offering her wisdom to those who sought it. As the ages turned, Asteria's legacy lived on. Her name became synonymous with nocturnal oracles and the mysteries of the unknown. She was revered as a wise and enigmatic figure, a guardian of the secrets of the night. And as the stars twinkled above the ancient grove of Ortygia, Asteria, the Titaness of nocturnal oracles, continued her eternal vigil, forever guiding those who dared to venture into the darkness. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where the gods held sway, there lived a formidable deity named Kratos, the Titan god of strength. Born to the Titan palace and the primordial goddess Styx, Kratos possessed an indomitable spirit and a physique that surpassed even the mightiest of his kin. As a child, Kratos roamed the desolate landscapes of Tartarus, the underworld prison where his father was confined. Amidst the darkness and despair, he honed his strength and agility, becoming a formidable warrior. When the Titans rose against the Olympians in the Titanomachy, Kratos fought valiantly alongside his father and brothers. Despite their immense power, the Titans were ultimately defeated by the Olympians. Kratos, along with his siblings, was imprisoned in the depths of Tartarus, where he languished for centuries. However, his spirit remained unyielding, and he vowed to one day avenge his fallen kin. One fateful day, Zeus, the king of the gods, sought to release Kratos from his prison. He had heard whispers of a prophecy that foretold the rise of a powerful warrior who would challenge his rule. Intrigued, Zeus offered Kratos freedom in exchange for his service. Driven by a thirst for vengeance and a desire to prove his worth, Kratos accepted Zeus's offer. He emerged from Tartarus, his body scarred and his eyes blazing with an unquenchable fire. Zeus bestowed upon him the blades of chaos, twin blades forged in the fires of the underworld, which became his signature weapons. Kratos embarked on a perilous quest to hunt down and destroy the remaining Titans. He traveled across the realms of Olympus, facing countless challenges and overcoming insurmountable odds. His strength and determination were unmatched, and he became a legend among both gods and mortals. As Kratos' power grew, so too did his arrogance. He began to question Zeus's authority and sought to usurp his throne. A fierce battle ensued between the two gods, each unleashing their full might. In the end, Kratos was defeated and cast back into Tartarus. Undeterred, Kratos escaped his prison once more and sought revenge against Zeus. He rallied an army of Titans and mortals, and together they laid siege to Mount Olympus. The battle was epic and bloody, with both sides suffering heavy losses. In a final confrontation, Kratos faced Zeus in a duel that would determine the fate of the world. With a surge of his divine strength, Kratos struck Zeus down, ending his reign and becoming the new king of the gods. As the dust settled, Kratos stood alone on the summit of Mount Olympus. He had achieved his vengeance, but at a great cost. The war had left him weary and disillusioned. He realized that true power lay not in conquest or domination, but in compassion and understanding. And so, Kratos abdicated his throne and retreated into solitude. He wandered the realms, seeking redemption for his past actions. He became a protector of the innocent and a guide for those who had lost their way. And as the centuries passed, the legend of Kratos, the Titan god of strength, lived on. He became a symbol of both the destructive and redemptive power that resides within all beings. And though his name was forever etched in the annals of history, his true legacy lay in the lessons he taught about the nature of power and the importance of compassion. In the ethereal realm where celestial beings dwelled, there lived Lelantos, the Titan god of air and hunter. His domain extended across the vast expanse of the heavens, where he soared with unmatched grace and precision. Lelantos possessed an unparalleled affinity for the wind. With a mere whisper, he could summon swirling gusts that carried him through the clouds like a celestial eagle. His keen eyesight allowed him to spot prey from afar, and his swift arrows never missed their mark. As the hunter of the gods, Lelantos was renowned for his cunning and agility. He pursued his quarry with relentless determination, his arrows piercing through the air with deadly accuracy. From the majestic stags of Mount Olympus to the elusive harpies of the underworld, no creature could escape his relentless pursuit. One fateful day, as Lelantos soared through the heavens, he noticed a peculiar disturbance in the air. A faint shimmer, like a distant mirage, caught his attention. Curiosity piqued, he descended towards the source of the anomaly. As he approached, the shimmer grew brighter, revealing a shimmering portal. Intrigued, Lelantos cautiously stepped through the ethereal gateway, his senses heightened. He found himself in a realm unlike any he had ever seen before. The air was thick with the scent of exotic flowers, and the ground was carpeted in vibrant vegetation. Strange creatures, both beautiful and bizarre, roamed the landscape. Lelantos wandered through this enchanted realm, marveling at its wonders. However, as he ventured deeper, he sensed a growing unease. The air grew heavy with an oppressive presence, and the once serene creatures seemed to vanish into the shadows. Suddenly, a deafening roar echoed through the forest. Lelantos turned to face the source of the sound, his bow drawn and ready. From the depths of the undergrowth emerged a colossal beast, its eyes blazing with primal fury. The beast charged at Lelantos with astonishing speed. The Titan god dodged its massive claws and unleashed a volley of arrows, but they seemed to bounce harmlessly off its thick hide. As the battle raged, Lelantos realized that this creature was no ordinary beast. It possessed an ancient and malevolent power that surpassed his own. Desperation surged through him as he fought for his life. In a moment of desperation, Lelantos summoned the full force of his divine power. The wind around him howled with fury, and his arrows became imbued with celestial energy. With a final, desperate shot, he pierced the beast's heart. As the creature collapsed, the oppressive presence lifted from the realm. The air grew clear, and the vibrant colors returned to the landscape. Lelantos had triumphed over the darkness, but the battle had taken its toll. Weakened and exhausted, Lelantos stumbled back through the portal and returned to his celestial abode. From that day forward, he became known as the vanquisher of the shadow beast, a legend whispered among the gods and mortals alike. And so, Lelantos, the Titan god of air and hunter, continued to soar through the heavens, his arrows ever ready to defend the realm from the forces of darkness. His name became synonymous with courage, skill, and the indomitable spirit of the divine. In the ethereal realm of Mount Cynthus, where the celestial tapestry shimmered with divine radiance, resided Leto, the enigmatic Titaness. As the mother of Apollo, the radiant god of light and music, and Artemis, the fierce goddess of the hunt and wilderness, Leto's existence was intertwined with both celestial glory and earthly trials. Leto's origins traced back to the primordial depths of time, when the Titans ruled the cosmos. As the daughter of Coeus, the Titan of intellect, and Phoebe, the Titaness of prophecy, Leto inherited a lineage imbued with wisdom and foresight. Her beauty and grace were renowned throughout the heavens, attracting the attention of Zeus, the king of the gods. However, Zeus's affections for Leto ignited the wrath of his jealous wife, Hera. Driven by an insatiable desire for revenge, Hera vowed to make Leto's life a living torment. She forbade all lands from offering her sanctuary, forcing the Titaness to wander the earth in search of a place to give birth to her divine children. As Leto's labor approached, she found herself alone and desolate, rejected by both gods and mortals. In her desperation, she stumbled upon the floating island of Delos, which had been cast adrift by Poseidon, the god of the sea. Despite its barren and inhospitable appearance, Leto sensed a glimmer of hope within its rocky shores. With the help of the sea nymphs, Leto gave birth to her twins, Apollo and Artemis. The island of Delos, once a desolate wasteland, was transformed into a sacred sanctuary, blessed by the presence of the divine siblings. Apollo, with his golden lyre, filled the air with celestial melodies, while Artemis, with her silver bow, roamed the surrounding forests, protecting the island from harm. Leto's trials did not end with the birth of her children. Hera's relentless persecution continued, sending the monstrous serpent Python to pursue her and her offspring. Apollo, still a mere infant, confronted the serpent with unwavering courage, slaying it with his divine arrows. Artemis, too, proved her mettle, becoming a formidable huntress and protector of her mother. As the years passed, Leto's role as the mother of Apollo and Artemis became her defining legacy. She watched with pride as her children ascended to the heights of Olympus, becoming revered deities in the Greek pantheon. Apollo, the god of prophecy, music, and healing, brought light and inspiration to the world. Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and childbirth, embodied the untamed spirit of nature. Leto's own existence became a testament to the enduring power of motherhood. Despite the hardships she faced, she never wavered in her love and devotion for her children. Her unwavering spirit and resilience served as an inspiration to all who crossed her path. In the annals of Greek mythology, Leto's story is a poignant tale of adversity, triumph, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her children. As the Titaness who gave birth to the gods of light and wilderness, she forever holds a place of honor in the celestial tapestry, her legacy forever intertwined with the divine radiance of Apollo and Artemis. In the tenebrous depths of the underworld, where the river Styx flowed with an eerie luminescence, there lived a formidable guardian named Mnemosyne. As the protector of Hades' prized cattle, he stood as an indomitable sentinel, his presence casting a shadow of fear upon all who dared to approach. Mnemosyne's appearance was as imposing as his reputation. His massive frame, covered in thick, matted fur, towered over the underworld's inhabitants. His eyes, glowing with an infernal fire, pierced through the darkness, instilling terror in the hearts of the damned. His sharp claws and jagged teeth were capable of tearing through flesh with ease, making him a formidable adversary. As the guardian of Hades' cattle, Mnemosyne's primary duty was to prevent any unauthorized access to the herd. The cattle, with their gleaming black hides and glowing red eyes, were a symbol of Hades' wealth and power. They grazed in a secluded meadow, their presence a constant reminder of the underworld's dominion over the living. Mnemosyne patrolled the perimeter of the meadow with unwavering vigilance. His keen senses detected the slightest disturbance, and his thunderous roar sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to trespass. He was relentless in his pursuit of intruders, his massive form crashing through the undergrowth with the force of a hurricane. One fateful night, as Mnemosyne stood guard, he sensed a faint rustling in the shadows. His eyes narrowed, and his claws extended as he cautiously approached the source of the disturbance. To his surprise, he found a young mortal woman, lost and terrified, wandering aimlessly through the underworld. The woman's name was Eurydice, and she had been searching for her beloved husband, Orpheus, who had ventured into the underworld to retrieve her from the clutches of death. Mnemosyne, moved by her desperation, hesitated for a moment. He knew that allowing a mortal into Hades' domain was forbidden, but something about Eurydice's plight stirred a flicker of compassion within him. With a deep growl, Mnemosyne allowed Eurydice to pass, warning her to stay close to him and to make no attempt to escape. As they made their way through the underworld, Mnemosyne's presence protected Eurydice from the horrors that lurked in the shadows. He fought off monstrous creatures and guided her through treacherous paths, his loyalty unwavering. Finally, they reached the meadow where Hades' cattle grazed. Eurydice's eyes widened in awe at the sight of the magnificent beasts, but Mnemosyne remained vigilant, his claws poised to strike at any sign of danger. As Orpheus approached, his lyre in hand, Mnemosyne recognized the musician's divine power. He lowered his claws and allowed Orpheus to pass, knowing that the music of the lyre held sway over even the darkest of realms. Orpheus' music filled the meadow with a celestial melody, its enchanting notes soothing the savage beasts and calming the restless spirits. Eurydice, overcome with joy, ran into her husband's arms. Mnemosyne watched the reunion with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that he had played a small part in their happiness. As Orpheus and Eurydice prepared to leave the underworld, Mnemosyne stood guard once more, ensuring their safe passage. He watched as they ascended the path that led to the living world, their voices fading into the distance. A sense of peace washed over him as he returned to his post, his duty fulfilled. From that day forward, Mnemosyne remained the guardian of Hades' cattle, his legend whispered among the inhabitants of the underworld. He was known as a fierce protector, but also as a creature capable of compassion and loyalty. And so, in the depths of the underworld, Mnemosyne stood as a symbol of both the darkness and the light that could be found even in the most desolate of realms. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans dwelled in defiance against the Olympian gods, there lived a formidable figure named Mnemosyne. As the son of the cunning Iapetus and the primordial goddess Clymene, Mnemosyne inherited a tempestuous nature that would forever define his destiny. Mnemosyne possessed an unyielding spirit and a fiery temper that burned with an intensity unmatched among his brethren. His name, derived from the Greek word menos, aptly reflected his impulsive and wrathful disposition. With a single glance, he could ignite the flames of conflict, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. Among the Titans, Mnemosyne was known for his reckless abandon and his unwavering loyalty to his kin. When the Olympians, led by the mighty Zeus, waged war against the Titans, Mnemosyne stood at the forefront of the battle, his rage fueling his every move. As the conflict raged, Mnemosyne's anger became a double-edged sword. While it granted him immense strength and determination, it also clouded his judgment and led him to make rash decisions. In one fateful encounter, he charged headlong into the fray, heedless of the consequences. Zeus, seeing Mnemosyne's reckless charge, seized the opportunity to strike. With a thunderous bolt of lightning, he hurled Mnemosyne into the depths of Tartarus, the abyss where the Titans were imprisoned. There, Mnemosyne's rage burned eternally, a testament to his unyielding spirit. Yet, even in the depths of Tartarus, Mnemosyne's legend lived on. His name became synonymous with rash anger and impulsive behavior. Mortals who dared to invoke his name would often find themselves consumed by a fiery temper that could lead to their own downfall. Centuries later, as the Olympian gods established their dominance over the world, Mnemosyne's story served as a cautionary tale. It reminded mortals of the dangers of unchecked anger and the importance of controlling one's emotions. And so, the Titan Mnemosyne, once a formidable warrior, became a symbol of the destructive power of wrath. His name echoed through the ages, a warning to all who dared to let their anger consume them. In the annals of mythology, Mnemosyne's legacy lived on as a testament to the enduring power of human emotion. His story became a timeless reminder that even the most formidable of beings can be undone by their own unchecked passions. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where celestial beings dwelled, there lived a Titaness of unparalleled wisdom and foresight, Metis. Her name, meaning wisdom or counsel, belied her profound intellect and strategic mind. Metis was the daughter of Oceanus, the primordial river god, and Tethys, the sea goddess. As a Titaness, she belonged to the ancient race that preceded the Olympian gods. Her siblings included the mighty Atlas, who bore the weight of the heavens on his shoulders, and the cunning Prometheus, who brought fire to mankind. Metis possessed an extraordinary ability to see into the future and discern the hidden truths of the universe. Her wisdom was sought by both gods and mortals alike, and her counsel was often instrumental in shaping the course of events. She was known for her keen judgment, her ability to unravel complex problems, and her foresight that extended beyond the immediate horizon. Among the gods, Metis was particularly close to Zeus, the king of Olympus. She served as his trusted advisor and confidant, offering him sage counsel on matters of war, diplomacy, and the governance of the cosmos. Zeus valued her wisdom above all others, and he often relied on her guidance in making important decisions. One fateful day, Zeus learned from a prophecy that he was destined to be overthrown by his own child. Fearful of this outcome, he sought Metis's advice. The Titaness, with her unparalleled foresight, devised a cunning plan to prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. She transformed herself into a fly and flew into Zeus's mouth. Once inside, she concealed herself within his head, where she remained hidden for many years. Zeus, unaware of Metis's presence, continued to rule Olympus with her wisdom guiding his every move. As time passed, Zeus began to experience severe headaches. The pain was so intense that it threatened to incapacitate him. Desperate for relief, he summoned Hephaestus, the god of fire and metalworking. Hephaestus, with his mighty hammer, struck Zeus's head open, and out emerged a fully grown goddess, clad in gleaming armor and wielding a spear. This goddess was Athena, the daughter of Zeus and Metis. She had inherited her mother's wisdom and strategic brilliance, and she quickly became one of the most powerful and respected deities on Olympus. Athena became the goddess of war, wisdom, and crafts, and she played a pivotal role in many of the epic battles and events that shaped the destiny of the gods and mortals. Metis, having fulfilled her purpose, remained within Zeus's head as his constant companion and advisor. Her wisdom continued to guide him throughout his reign, and she became known as the Mother of Athena, a testament to her profound influence on the goddess's life and legacy. And so, Metis, the Titaness of wisdom, lived on in the annals of Greek mythology as a symbol of foresight, cunning, and the enduring power of knowledge. Her story serves as a reminder that even in the face of adversity, wisdom can prevail and shape the destiny of both gods and mortals. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where the gods and goddesses resided, there lived a Titaness named Mnemosyne. She was the embodiment of memory, the guardian of the past, and the mother of the 9 muses. Mnemosyne's form was as ethereal as the morning mist. Her long, flowing hair cascaded down her shoulders like a silken waterfall, each strand imbued with the weight of countless memories. Her eyes, deep and enigmatic, held the wisdom of ages, reflecting the tapestry of human experience. As the Titaness of memory, Mnemosyne possessed an unparalleled ability to recall every event, every thought, and every emotion that had ever transpired. Her mind was a vast labyrinth of knowledge, where the echoes of the past reverberated through the corridors of time. One fateful day, as Mnemosyne sat by the sacred spring of Pieria, she was visited by Zeus, the king of the gods. Zeus, captivated by her beauty and wisdom, desired her as his consort. However, Mnemosyne, being a Titaness, was forbidden from marrying an Olympian. Undeterred, Zeus devised a cunning plan. He transformed himself into a shepherd and approached Mnemosyne, offering her a bouquet of fragrant flowers. As she reached out to accept the gift, Zeus revealed his true identity and declared his love for her. Mnemosyne, torn between her duty and her heart, hesitated. But as she gazed into Zeus's eyes, she felt a stirring within her. She had always been a solitary figure, but in Zeus, she sensed a kindred spirit, a being who could appreciate the depth of her knowledge and the weight of her memories. And so, Mnemosyne consented to become Zeus's consort. From their union, 9 daughters were born, the Muses. Each muse possessed a unique gift, inspired by the vast reservoir of knowledge and memory that flowed through their mother. Calliope, the eldest, was the muse of epic poetry, her voice resonating with the grandeur of ancient tales. Clio, the muse of history, chronicled the rise and fall of civilizations, her words etching themselves into the annals of time. Euterpe, the muse of music, filled the air with enchanting melodies, her notes dancing upon the wind. Thalia, the muse of comedy, brought laughter and joy to the hearts of mortals, her wit as sharp as a razor. Melpomene, the muse of tragedy, evoked emotions of sorrow and pity, her voice carrying the weight of human suffering. Terpsichore, the muse of dance, moved with grace and elegance, her steps echoing the rhythm of the universe. Erato, the muse of love poetry, sang of passion and desire, her words igniting the flames of romance. Polyhymnia, the muse of sacred hymns, composed melodies that soared to the heavens, her voice a conduit to the divine. Urania, the muse of astronomy, gazed up at the stars, her mind unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Together, the Muses became the guardians of human creativity and inspiration. They whispered secrets to poets, guided musicians, and inspired artists to create masterpieces that would endure for centuries. And all the while, Mnemosyne, their mother, stood as a silent witness, her memory holding the threads that connected the past, present, and future. As the ages passed, Mnemosyne's role as the Titaness of memory grew ever more significant. She became the keeper of the collective consciousness of humanity, the repository of all knowledge and experience. Historians sought her wisdom to unravel the mysteries of the past, while poets and philosophers drew upon her vast reservoir of inspiration. And so, Mnemosyne, the Titaness of memory and mother of the Muses, continued to reside on Mount Olympus, her presence a testament to the enduring power of the past and the boundless potential of the human mind. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where gods and goddesses dwelled, there lived a celestial being of unparalleled grace and swiftness, Nike, the winged goddess of victory. As the daughter of the mighty Titan Pallas, she inherited an indomitable spirit and an unwavering determination. Nike's form was as exquisite as her spirit. Her flowing robes shimmered with an iridescent brilliance, reflecting the colors of the rainbow. Her wings, as white as the purest snow, extended from her shoulders, granting her the ability to soar through the heavens with effortless ease. Her presence on the battlefield was a sight to behold. With a swift flutter of her wings, she would descend upon the combatants, her golden laurel wreath hovering above her head. Her touch brought triumph to the deserving, while her absence signaled defeat. One fateful day, as the gods gathered for a grand feast, a fierce battle erupted between the Olympians and the Titans. Zeus, the king of the gods, called upon Nike to aid him in his struggle. With a deafening roar, Nike took flight, her wings cutting through the air like 1,000 blades. She swooped down upon the Titans, her laurel wreath casting a blinding light that disoriented her enemies. As the battle raged, Nike's presence inspired the Olympians to fight with renewed vigor. She darted between the combatants, her wings a blur of motion, delivering victory to those who deserved it. Among the mortals who witnessed the battle was a young warrior named Achilles. His heart swelled with awe as he beheld Nike's divine power. He knew that with her favor, he could achieve greatness on the battlefield. After the Olympians emerged victorious, Nike descended upon Achilles, her laurel wreath resting upon his head. In that moment, Achilles felt an overwhelming surge of confidence and invincibility. He knew that with Nike by his side, he could conquer any foe. As the years passed, Nike's legend spread throughout the mortal realm. She became a symbol of triumph, inspiration, and the indomitable human spirit. Athletes, warriors, and artists alike invoked her name, seeking her favor in their endeavors. One day, as Nike soared through the heavens, she noticed a young woman struggling to climb a steep mountain. The woman's determination moved Nike, and she decided to lend her aid. With a gentle flutter of her wings, Nike descended beside the woman and offered her a helping hand. Together, they ascended the mountain, Nike's wings providing the woman with the strength and courage she needed to reach the summit. As they stood at the peak, the woman turned to Nike with tears of gratitude in her eyes. "Thank you, goddess," she whispered. "Your help has given me the strength to overcome my greatest challenge." Nike smiled gently. "You have earned this victory through your own determination," she replied. "May my favor always be with you." And so, Nike, the winged goddess of victory, continued to inspire mortals and gods alike, reminding them that with courage, perseverance, and a touch of divine favor, anything was possible. In the ethereal realm where celestial beings dwelled, there lived Notus, the enigmatic god of the south wind. His domain extended over vast oceans and sun-drenched lands, where his breath carried the scent of distant shores and the promise of adventure. Notus was a capricious deity, his moods as changeable as the winds he commanded. At times, he was a gentle breeze, whispering secrets through rustling leaves and caressing the petals of flowers. But when his wrath was stirred, he could unleash tempestuous storms that shook the heavens and sent ships crashing into the unforgiving sea. His appearance was as elusive as his nature. Some mortals claimed to have glimpsed him as a handsome youth with raven hair and piercing blue eyes, his wings spread wide like the sails of a ship. Others whispered that he was an ancient and enigmatic figure, his face hidden behind a veil of mist, his voice a haunting whisper carried on the wind. Notus's influence extended far beyond the physical realm. He was said to inspire poets and musicians, his breath carrying their words and melodies to distant lands. He was also a patron of travelers and explorers, guiding their ships across treacherous seas and whispering secrets of uncharted territories. One fateful day, as Notus soared through the skies, he noticed a young woman named Ariadne wandering alone on a desolate beach. Her eyes were filled with sorrow, and her heart was heavy with despair. Moved by her plight, Notus descended from the heavens and approached her. "Why do you weep, mortal?" he asked, his voice as gentle as a summer breeze. Ariadne looked up at the handsome stranger, her tears flowing freely. She told him of her love for a young man named Theseus, who had abandoned her on the island after promising to take her with him. Notus listened intently, his heart stirred by Ariadne's tale. He knew that Theseus was a treacherous hero, and he vowed to help the young woman exact her revenge. "Fear not, Ariadne," he said. "I will guide you to safety and ensure that Theseus pays for his betrayal." With a wave of his hand, Notus summoned a gentle wind that carried Ariadne away from the desolate beach. He flew beside her, whispering words of comfort and encouragement. As they traveled, Notus told Ariadne of his powers and his ability to control the winds. He explained that he could summon storms to punish the wicked and guide ships to safety. Ariadne was amazed by Notus's stories, and she began to see him as more than just a god. He was a protector, a guide, and a friend. Together, they devised a plan to confront Theseus and his crew. Notus would summon a tempestuous storm that would wreck their ship and force them to seek refuge on the island. As the day of reckoning approached, Notus gathered his forces. He summoned the darkest clouds, the fiercest winds, and the most unforgiving waves. The sea churned and roared, and the heavens grew black with fury. Theseus and his crew were caught in the raging storm, their ship tossed about like a toy in the hands of a giant. They fought valiantly, but their efforts were in vain. The storm was too powerful, and their ship was doomed. As the ship sank beneath the waves, Notus watched with satisfaction. He had avenged Ariadne's betrayal, and he had proven his power to the world. With the storm subsided, Notus returned to Ariadne, who was waiting anxiously on the shore. He took her in his arms and comforted her. "Your pain is over, Ariadne," he said. "Theseus has been punished, and you are free." Ariadne smiled through her tears. She knew that she had found a true friend in Notus, and she vowed to honor him for the rest of her days. From that day forward, Notus became known as the protector of the innocent and the avenger of the wronged. His name was whispered with reverence by sailors and travelers, and his breath carried the promise of hope and adventure to all who crossed his path. And so, the god of the south wind continued to soar through the heavens, his presence felt in every gentle breeze and every raging storm. He was Notus, the enigmatic and powerful deity, whose breath shaped the world and guided the destinies of mortals. In the primordial realm of ancient Greece, where the gods held sway over the elements and the cosmos, there existed a formidable deity named Oceanus. As the Titan god of the ocean, he commanded the vast expanse of water that encircled the world, a river of immeasurable depth and boundless expanse. Oceanus was born from the union of Uranus, the primordial god of the sky, and Gaia, the earth mother. He was a colossal figure, his form as vast and unyielding as the ocean itself. His hair cascaded like crashing waves, and his eyes shimmered with the iridescent hues of the deep. The river Oceanus flowed endlessly around the circumference of the world, forming an impassable barrier between the realms of mortals and the divine. Its waters were said to be both life-giving and treacherous, a source of sustenance and a formidable obstacle. Oceanus possessed a temperament as vast and unpredictable as his domain. At times, he was a benevolent deity, providing sustenance and protection to those who ventured upon his waters. He was known to guide lost sailors and calm raging storms. However, Oceanus could also be a wrathful and unforgiving force. When his boundaries were transgressed or his authority challenged, he unleashed his fury upon the world. His waves could shatter ships and drown entire civilizations. One fateful day, the arrogant hero Heracles attempted to cross the river Oceanus without seeking the god's permission. Enraged by this insolence, Oceanus summoned a monstrous storm that threatened to engulf Heracles and his companions. But Heracles, with his superhuman strength and cunning, managed to appease the wrathful god. He offered sacrifices and prayers, acknowledging Oceanus's power and seeking his favor. Impressed by Heracles's courage and humility, Oceanus calmed the storm and allowed the hero to pass. As the ages passed, Oceanus became a symbol of both the boundless potential and the unpredictable nature of the ocean. He was revered by sailors and fishermen, who prayed for his protection and guidance. But he was also feared by those who dared to venture too far into his unforgiving domain. One day, a young woman named Eurydice was gathering flowers by the banks of the river Oceanus when she was bitten by a venomous serpent. As she lay dying, her beloved husband, Orpheus, descended into the underworld to retrieve her soul. Orpheus's music soothed the hearts of the underworld gods, and they agreed to release Eurydice on the condition that he not look back at her until they reached the surface world. But as they ascended, Orpheus's anxiety overcame him, and he turned to gaze upon his beloved. In that instant, Eurydice vanished, forever lost to the depths of the river Oceanus. Orpheus's grief was inconsolable, and he wandered the earth, his music forever tinged with sorrow. The story of Orpheus and Eurydice became a cautionary tale about the dangers of defying the gods and the unforgiving nature of the ocean. Oceanus, the Titan god of the ocean, remained an enigmatic and awe-inspiring figure, a symbol of the boundless power and mystery that lay beyond the reach of mortals. And so, the river Oceanus continued to flow endlessly around the world, a testament to the enduring power of the gods and the indomitable spirit of the human soul. In the ethereal realm of ancient Greece, where celestial beings held sway, there lived a titan of unparalleled power and mystery, Astraeus, the Titan of Dusk. As the celestial guardian of the twilight hours, he presided over the transition from day to night, his presence casting an enigmatic glow upon the world. Astraeus was a primordial deity, born from the union of the titans Cronus and Eurus. His siblings included the mighty Atlas, who bore the weight of the heavens on his shoulders, and the cunning Prometheus, who brought fire to mankind. Yet, unlike his renowned kin, Astraeus remained an enigmatic figure, shrouded in the shadows of the fading light. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the land, Astraeus emerged from his celestial abode. His form was both ethereal and imposing, his skin shimmering with the hues of twilight. His eyes, deep and piercing, reflected the wisdom and secrets of the ages. With a gentle sweep of his hand, Astraeus summoned the four winds: Boreas, the north wind; Zephyrus, the west wind; Notus, the south wind; and Eurus, the east wind. These celestial beings, each with their own distinct personality and power, obeyed their father's command. Boreas, the eldest and most powerful of the winds, was a fierce and unforgiving force. His icy breath could freeze the very marrow of bones, and his howling gales could topple mountains. Zephyrus, on the other hand, was a gentle and refreshing breeze, carrying the sweet scent of flowers and the promise of spring. Notus, the sultry south wind, brought with him the warmth of the desert and the promise of rain. His breath could wither crops and parch the land, but it also held the power to bring life to the parched earth. Eurus, the east wind, was a capricious and unpredictable force, bringing both fair weather and storms in its wake. Together, the four winds played a vital role in the balance of nature. They dispersed seeds, pollinated flowers, and carried moisture across the land. They could also be destructive forces, bringing hurricanes, tornadoes, and blizzards in their wake. As the twilight deepened, Astraeus and his children gathered at the edge of the world, where the sky met the sea. They watched as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow upon the waters. The stars began to twinkle into existence, like celestial diamonds scattered across the night sky. Astraeus, the Titan of Dusk, stood tall and proud, his gaze fixed upon the fading light. He was a symbol of the eternal cycle of day and night, of the transition from one realm to another. As the darkness enveloped the land, he disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind only the memory of his enigmatic presence. And so, the legend of Astraeus, the Titan of Dusk and father of the four winds, was passed down through generations. He became a symbol of the mysteries of the night, the power of the elements, and the eternal cycle of life and death. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where the gods and goddesses resided, there lived a formidable Titan named Pallas. As the embodiment of war, his presence sent shivers down the spines of mortals and immortals alike. Pallas's origins were shrouded in mystery. Some whispered that he was the son of the primordial deities, Uranus and Gaia, while others believed he emerged from the depths of chaos itself. Regardless of his lineage, Pallas possessed an indomitable spirit and a thirst for battle that surpassed all others. His appearance was as terrifying as his reputation. Towering over his fellow titans, Pallas had a muscular frame adorned with gleaming armor. His eyes burned with an intense fire, and his voice boomed like thunder. In his hands, he wielded a massive spear, its tip shimmering with celestial energy. As the father of Nike, victory, Kratos, strength, Zealous, rivalry, and Bia, force, Pallas instilled in his children the same unwavering determination and martial prowess that defined him. Nike, with her swift wings, soared through the battlefield, bestowing triumph upon those who deserved it. Kratos, with his unyielding strength, shattered enemy ranks with ease. Zealous, with his competitive spirit, fueled the flames of conflict, while Bia, with her brute force, crushed all who stood in her way. Together, Pallas and his children formed an unstoppable force that terrorized the realms of both mortals and gods. They fought alongside Zeus and the Olympians in the Titanomachy, the epic war that determined the fate of the universe. Pallas's spear pierced the hearts of countless titans, and his thunderous voice rallied the forces of Olympus to victory. However, Pallas's thirst for war extended beyond the battlefield. He reveled in the chaos and destruction that it brought. He instigated conflicts between nations, pitting brother against brother and kingdom against kingdom. The blood of countless innocents stained his hands, and the cries of the dying filled his ears with a perverse pleasure. As the centuries passed, Pallas's reputation as a ruthless and bloodthirsty tyrant grew. Mortals feared his name, and even the gods approached him with caution. Yet, despite his malevolence, Pallas remained an integral part of the cosmic order. War, as he knew it, was a necessary evil, a force that tested the limits of mortals and gods alike. One fateful day, as Pallas led his forces into battle against the rebellious giants, he encountered a young hero named Heracles. Armed with his legendary club, Heracles stood his ground against the Titans' onslaught. A fierce battle ensued, each blow echoing through the heavens. In the end, it was Heracles who emerged victorious. With a mighty swing of his club, he shattered Pallas's spear and sent the Titan crashing to the earth. As Pallas lay defeated, his spirit slowly faded away. The realm of war had lost its master, and a new era of peace and tranquility dawned upon the world. And so, the legend of Pallas, the Titan of war, was passed down through generations. He became a symbol of both the destructive and transformative power of conflict. His name served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and victory could prevail. In the primordial depths of Tartarus, where darkness reigned supreme and chaos danced, there dwelled Perseus, the Titan of destruction and war. His colossal form, forged from the very essence of annihilation, cast an ominous shadow upon the desolate realm. Perseus' eyes burned with an infernal fire, reflecting the horrors he had witnessed and the carnage he had wrought. His skin, ashen and scarred, bore the marks of countless battles, each wound a testament to his unyielding ferocity. His voice, a thunderous roar, could shatter mountains and send shivers down the spines of even the most hardened warriors. As the eldest son of the primordial deities, Uranus and Gaia, Perseus inherited a potent lineage of power. His siblings included the Titans of time, ocean, and sky, but it was Perseus who possessed the most destructive and volatile nature. From the moment of his birth, Perseus reveled in the chaos and bloodshed that surrounded him. He wielded a massive sword, its blade forged from the bones of his vanquished foes. With each swing, he unleashed a torrent of destruction, cleaving through flesh and bone with effortless ease. The Titans, fearing his immense power, sought to imprison Perseus within the depths of Tartarus. But their efforts proved futile. Perseus' rage and determination shattered their chains, and he emerged from his confinement with a vengeance. As the war between the Titans and the Olympians raged, Perseus became a formidable force on the battlefield. His sword became a symbol of terror, its crimson glow illuminating the path of destruction he left in his wake. He fought alongside his siblings, Cronus and Rhea, against the young gods who sought to overthrow their reign. But even in the midst of the chaos, Perseus' heart held a flicker of compassion. He witnessed the suffering and loss that his actions caused, and a sense of remorse began to gnaw at his soul. As the war reached its climax, Perseus found himself torn between his loyalty to his family and his growing empathy for the innocent victims of the conflict. In a moment of profound realization, Perseus turned against his siblings and joined forces with the Olympians. His sword, once a harbinger of destruction, now became a weapon of justice. He fought alongside Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, helping to defeat the Titans and restore order to the world. After the war, Perseus was banished to the desolate island of Aeaea, where he spent his remaining days in solitude. He became a guardian of the island, protecting it from the horrors he had once unleashed. As the centuries passed, the legend of Perseus faded into obscurity. But his legacy lived on, a cautionary tale of the destructive power of war and the transformative nature of redemption. And so, in the annals of mythology, Perseus, the titan of destruction and war, became a symbol of both the darkness and the light that can reside within the human soul. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, there lived a formidable Titaness named Phoebe. Her name, meaning bright or shining, belied her enigmatic nature and the profound influence she wielded over the celestial tapestry. Phoebe was the personification of the moon, her silvery glow illuminating the night sky. She was the grandmother of the radiant Apollo, god of the sun, and the graceful Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Her wisdom and foresight were unmatched, and she possessed the ability to see into the future, guiding the destinies of mortals and immortals alike. One fateful night, as the moon hung high in the heavens, Phoebe descended from her celestial abode to visit her beloved grandchildren. Apollo, with his golden lyre, played enchanting melodies that filled the air with celestial harmony. Artemis, with her silver bow, danced nimbly through the forest, her arrows piercing the darkness with unerring accuracy. Phoebe watched with pride as her grandchildren displayed their extraordinary talents. She knew that they were destined for greatness, and she vowed to protect them from any harm that might befall them. As the night wore on, Phoebe shared her wisdom with Apollo and Artemis. She spoke of the secrets of the stars, the cycles of the moon, and the hidden forces that shaped the universe. She taught them the importance of balance and harmony, and the need to respect the natural order of things. Apollo listened intently, his mind absorbing the knowledge like a sponge. He realized that his music had the power to heal and inspire, and he vowed to use it for the betterment of mankind. Artemis, too, was captivated by her grandmother's words. She understood that her role as a huntress was not merely to kill, but to protect the balance of nature and to ensure the survival of all living creatures. As dawn approached, Phoebe bid farewell to her grandchildren. She reminded them of their divine heritage and the responsibilities that came with it. She urged them to always strive for excellence, to be compassionate towards others, and to never forget the wisdom of their ancestors. Apollo and Artemis embraced their grandmother tightly, their hearts filled with gratitude and love. They knew that Phoebe would always be there for them, guiding them through the challenges and triumphs that lay ahead. With a gentle smile, Phoebe ascended back to her celestial abode, her silvery glow illuminating the path before her. As the sun rose, casting its golden rays upon the world, Apollo and Artemis emerged from the forest, their spirits renewed and their hearts filled with the wisdom of their grandmother. From that day forward, Phoebe's influence continued to be felt throughout the ages. She became known as the Titaness of the moon, the Oracle of Delphi, and the protector of the young. Her wisdom and foresight guided countless mortals and immortals, shaping the course of history and ensuring the balance of the universe. And so, the legend of Phoebe, the enigmatic Titaness of the moon, was passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring power of wisdom, foresight, and the unwavering bonds of family. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where celestial beings dwelled, there lived a titan of unparalleled intellect and audacity, Prometheus. As the god of forethought, he possessed an uncanny ability to foresee the future and shape the destiny of mortals. Prometheus's heart burned with a deep compassion for humanity. He witnessed their struggles, their ignorance, and their vulnerability. Determined to elevate their existence, he embarked on a daring mission that would forever alter the course of human history. One fateful night, as the stars twinkled above, Prometheus stealthily descended to Earth. He gathered clay from the banks of the river Styx, the boundary between life and death, and with his deft hands, he molded it into the form of a human. Breathing life into his creation, he named it Pandora. Pandora was a beautiful and enigmatic woman, endowed with a curious mind and a thirst for knowledge. However, Prometheus knew that her curiosity would come at a price. He warned her of a forbidden jar that he had created, filled with all the evils of the world. "Never open it, Pandora," he implored. "For if you do, chaos and suffering will be unleashed upon mankind." Pandora promised to obey, but her curiosity gnawed at her. One day, unable to resist the temptation, she lifted the lid of the jar. Instantly, a torrent of horrors poured forth: disease, war, famine, and every conceivable evil. Prometheus watched in despair as his creation brought ruin upon the world. He had intended to bestow knowledge and power upon humanity, but his gift had been twisted into a curse. Zeus, the king of the gods, was enraged by Prometheus's defiance. He condemned him to eternal torment, chaining him to a rock on the desolate Caucasus Mountains. Every day, an eagle would descend and tear at his liver, only for it to regenerate overnight. For centuries, Prometheus endured his agony, a symbol of the price of knowledge and the consequences of hubris. Yet, his spirit remained unyielding. He had given humanity the gift of fire, the ability to think, and the potential for greatness. As the sun rose and set, Prometheus's legend was passed down through generations. He became a beacon of hope for those who dared to challenge the established order and strive for a better future. One day, a young hero named Heracles, known for his strength and courage, ventured to the Caucasus Mountains. Moved by Prometheus's plight, he slew the eagle and freed him from his chains. Prometheus was finally released from his torment, but the scars of his ordeal remained. He had learned the hard lesson that knowledge and power must be used wisely and with compassion. And so, the Titan of forethought, the creator of humankind, became a symbol of both the boundless potential and the inherent dangers of human ambition. His legacy would forever remind mortals of the delicate balance between knowledge, responsibility, and the pursuit of a better world. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where shadows danced and the air crackled with ancient power, resided Rhea, the enigmatic Titaness. As the wife of the formidable Cronus, she bore the weight of a destiny that would forever shape the course of Olympus. Rhea's beauty was both ethereal and formidable. Her raven hair cascaded over her shoulders like a silken waterfall, framing a face that radiated both wisdom and a hint of melancholy. Her eyes, deep as the abyss, held secrets that only the gods could fathom. As the mother of the Olympian gods, Rhea's role was both sacred and perilous. Cronus, consumed by paranoia, devoured his own children as soon as they were born, fearing that they would one day overthrow him. But Rhea, driven by an unyielding love for her offspring, devised a cunning plan. When Zeus, the youngest and most powerful of her children, was born, Rhea wrapped him in swaddling clothes and presented him to Cronus as a stone. The Titan, deceived by her ruse, swallowed the stone whole, unaware that his own son was growing stronger within his belly. Meanwhile, Rhea hid Zeus on the island of Crete, where he was raised by the nymphs and the goat Amalthea. As Zeus matured, he gathered his siblings, who had been regurgitated by Cronus, and together they waged a fierce war against their father. In the cataclysmic battle that ensued, Rhea played a pivotal role. She rallied the Titans to her side, using her wisdom and cunning to outmaneuver Cronus and his allies. With the help of her children, she finally defeated her husband and cast him into the depths of Tartarus. As the dust settled, Rhea emerged as a symbol of both maternal love and divine power. She became the protector of women and children, and her name was invoked in prayers for fertility and abundance. Yet, beneath her regal exterior, Rhea carried a deep sorrow. She had witnessed the horrors of war and the loss of her beloved children. The scars of those battles remained etched upon her heart, a constant reminder of the sacrifices she had made. In the aftermath of the Titanomachy, Rhea retreated to the island of Delos, where she established a sanctuary for the gods. There, she spent her days tending to the sacred grove and offering guidance to those who sought her wisdom. As the centuries passed, Rhea's legend grew. She became known as the Mother of the Gods, a revered figure who embodied the strength, resilience, and compassion of the divine feminine. Her story served as an eternal testament to the power of love and the indomitable spirit that resides within all mothers. And so, in the annals of Olympus, Rhea's name would forever be etched as the Titaness who defied fate, protected her children, and played a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of the gods. In the ethereal expanse of the cosmos, where celestial bodies danced in an intricate ballet, there existed a realm of ancient deities and primordial forces. Among them, Selene, the Titaness of the moon, reigned supreme, her ethereal presence casting a silvery glow upon the celestial tapestry. Selene's origins were shrouded in the mists of time, her birth a cosmic event that shook the heavens. She was the daughter of Hyperion, the Titan of light, and Thea, the Titaness of sight. From her celestial cradle, she emerged as a radiant maiden, her beauty unmatched in all the realms. Her domain was the moon, a celestial sphere that reflected her own ethereal nature. As the moon waxed and waned, so too did Selene's influence over the mortal realm. She was the mistress of the night, her silvery chariot illuminating the darkness and guiding lost souls. With her lunar crown adorned with crescent moons, Selene possessed the power to control the tides, ebb and flow with her celestial dance. Her presence brought tranquility to the restless seas, calming the storms and guiding mariners home. But Selene's influence extended beyond the physical realm. She was also the goddess of dreams, her ethereal touch weaving visions into the minds of mortals. Her dreams were both a blessing and a curse, for they could bring both joy and sorrow, hope and despair. One fateful night, as Selene's chariot traversed the heavens, she beheld a mortal shepherd named Endymion. His beauty was so captivating that she fell deeply in love. Night after night, she would descend from her celestial abode to visit him, casting him into an eternal slumber so that she could gaze upon his sleeping form. Their forbidden love was not without its consequences. Zeus, the king of the gods, grew jealous of Selene's affection for a mortal. In his wrath, he condemned Endymion to sleep forever, his youth and beauty preserved for all eternity. Heartbroken, Selene continued to visit her beloved, her tears forming the morning dew that glistened upon the earth. Her sorrow became a symbol of the bittersweet nature of love, a reminder that even the most celestial of beings could be touched by the pangs of the human heart. As the ages passed, Selene's legend grew, her name whispered in hushed tones among mortals and immortals alike. She became the patroness of poets, artists, and all who sought inspiration in the ethereal realm. Her image adorned countless works of art, her beauty and grace immortalized in marble and canvas. But Selene's true power lay not in her celestial dominion or her romantic entanglements. It was in her ability to connect the mortal realm with the divine, to bridge the gap between the ephemeral and the eternal. Through her dreams, she whispered secrets to the hearts of mortals, guiding them through the darkness and inspiring them to reach for the stars. And so, Selene, the Titaness of the moon, continued her celestial journey, her silvery glow illuminating the night sky and casting a timeless enchantment upon the world below. Her legend would endure for centuries to come, a testament to the enduring power of love, dreams, and the boundless mysteries of the cosmos. In the ethereal realm of Tartarus, where shadows danced and the air crackled with ancient power, resided Styx, the enigmatic Titaness of the underworld river that bore her name. Her form, as dark and unyielding as the obsidian waters she commanded, exuded an aura of both reverence and dread. Styx was born from the primordial union of Oceanus, the titan of the world's oceans, and Tethys, the Titaness of freshwater springs. As the eldest of their children, she inherited a formidable power that surpassed that of her siblings. Her river, Styx, flowed through the depths of the underworld, separating the realm of the living from the realm of the dead. The waters of Styx possessed a potent enchantment. Any mortal who dared to drink from them would be granted eternal youth and immortality. However, this gift came at a steep price. The drinker would also be bound to the underworld forever, their soul forever trapped within its shadowy embrace. Styx herself was a formidable guardian of her river. Her eyes, as black as the night sky, held the secrets of the underworld. Her voice, a haunting whisper, could both soothe and terrify. She was known to test the mettle of those who sought to cross her river, demanding oaths and sacrifices in exchange for safe passage. One fateful day, a young hero named Hercules approached the banks of Styx. He had been tasked with retrieving the three-headed dog Cerberus from the underworld. As he stood before the river, Styx appeared before him, her form shimmering with an otherworldly glow. "Mortal," she hissed, her voice like the rustling of leaves in the wind, "what brings you to my realm?" "I seek to cross your river, Titaness," Hercules replied, his voice unwavering. "I must retrieve Cerberus from the depths of the underworld." Styx's eyes narrowed. "You are a fool to venture into such a perilous place," she warned. "The waters of Styx will claim your soul if you are not careful." "I am prepared to face whatever dangers lie ahead," Hercules declared. "I will not be deterred from my quest." Styx hesitated for a moment, her gaze piercing Hercules' soul. "Very well," she said at last. "But know this, mortal. If you drink from my river, you will be bound to the underworld forever." Hercules nodded solemnly. "I understand the risks, Titaness. I am willing to pay the price." With that, Styx parted the waters of her river, creating a narrow path for Hercules to cross. As he stepped onto the path, he felt a surge of power coursing through his body. He knew that he had made a pact with the underworld, and that his destiny would forever be intertwined with the realm of the dead. Hercules continued his journey through the underworld, eventually reaching the lair of Cerberus. After a fierce battle, he emerged victorious, dragging the three-headed dog back to the surface world. As he crossed the river Styx once more, he felt a sense of gratitude towards the Titaness who had granted him passage. From that day forward, Styx became known as the guardian of the underworld river, a formidable force to be reckoned with. Her name echoed through the ages, whispered in both fear and reverence. And as the centuries passed, the legend of Styx, the Titaness of the underworld river, continued to be told and retold, a testament to the enduring power of the ancient gods. In the depths of Tartarus, Styx remained an enigmatic figure, her presence both feared and respected. She was the gatekeeper of the underworld, the guardian of the river that separated the living from the dead. And as long as the underworld existed, so too would Styx, the Titaness of the river Styx, her name forever etched into the annals of myth and legend. In the ethereal realm of ancient Greece, where gods and goddesses held sway, there lived a Titaness of unparalleled grace and tranquility, Tethys. As the embodiment of fresh water, she presided over the vast oceans, rivers, and springs that sustained life throughout the world. Tethys was the beloved wife of Oceanus, the Titan of the boundless sea. Together, they formed an indissoluble bond, their love as deep and enduring as the waters they ruled. Tethys's gentle nature complemented Oceanus's tempestuous spirit, creating a harmonious balance that governed the ebb and flow of the tides. From their celestial abode in the depths of the ocean, Tethys and Oceanus watched over the mortal realm. Tethys's keen eyes observed the parched lands and the thirsty creatures that roamed them. Her heart yearned to alleviate their suffering, to quench their thirst and bring solace to their weary souls. One fateful day, as Tethys gazed upon the arid plains of Thessaly, she noticed a group of weary travelers struggling to find water. Their faces were etched with desperation, their bodies weakened by the relentless heat. Moved by compassion, Tethys descended from her watery throne and appeared before them. With a gentle touch, she summoned a gushing spring from the parched earth. The travelers gasped in amazement as the crystal-clear water flowed forth, quenching their thirst and revitalizing their spirits. Tethys's gift brought joy and relief to the weary souls, and her name became synonymous with hope and renewal. Word of Tethys's kindness spread throughout the land. People from far and wide flocked to the spring, seeking her blessing and the life-giving waters that flowed from it. Tethys welcomed all who came, offering them solace and sustenance. As the years passed, Tethys's reputation grew. She became known as the Mother of Rivers, the source of all fresh water that nourished the earth. Her name was invoked in prayers and hymns, and her image was carved into statues and fountains, a testament to her enduring legacy. One day, as Tethys sat by the banks of the Nile River, she overheard a group of children playing. They were laughing and splashing in the water, their voices filled with joy. Tethys smiled, her heart filled with contentment. "My children," she said, "may these waters always bring you happiness and prosperity. May they quench your thirst and wash away your sorrows." The children looked up at Tethys, their eyes wide with wonder. They had never seen such a beautiful and benevolent goddess before. They thanked her for her blessing and promised to honor her name forever. As the sun began to set, Tethys returned to her watery abode. She had spent the day spreading joy and comfort to those in need, and her heart was filled with a sense of fulfillment. In the twilight's embrace, Tethys lay down beside Oceanus. The sound of the waves crashing against the shore lulled her to sleep. As she drifted into slumber, she dreamed of a world where all living creatures had access to clean and abundant water. Tethys's dream became a reality. Through her unwavering compassion and the power of her divine essence, she ensured that fresh water flowed freely throughout the world. Rivers meandered through fertile valleys, lakes shimmered in the sunlight, and springs bubbled forth from the earth, providing sustenance and joy to all who crossed their path. And so, Tethys, the Titaness of fresh water, became a symbol of hope and renewal. Her name was whispered in reverence, and her legacy lived on through the countless lives she touched. For as long as water flowed, Tethys's spirit would continue to inspire and guide the hearts of mortals, reminding them of the boundless power of compassion and the enduring beauty of the natural world. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, there lived a radiant Titaness named Rhea. Her name, meaning goddess, belied her celestial nature as the embodiment of sight and shining light. Rhea's eyes possessed an otherworldly brilliance, capable of piercing through the darkest of nights. Her gaze could illuminate the hidden depths of the human soul, revealing both its beauty and its flaws. Her presence brought warmth and clarity to the shadowy corners of the world. As the mother of the celestial bodies, Rhea held a profound connection to the heavens. Her eldest child, Helios, was the radiant sun, whose golden rays illuminated the world. Her second child, Selene, was the silvery moon, whose gentle glow guided lost souls through the night. And her youngest, Eos, was the rosy-fingered dawn, who heralded the arrival of each new day. Rhea's children were her pride and joy. She watched over them with unwavering love, guiding their paths and ensuring their celestial harmony. Helios's fiery chariot blazed across the sky, bringing warmth and sustenance to all living things. Selene's ethereal glow cast a silvery spell upon the night, revealing the secrets hidden in the shadows. And Eos's gentle touch painted the horizon with hues of pink and gold, promising a new beginning. But Rhea's existence was not without its trials. Her husband, Hyperion, was a titan of light and the father of her children. However, their marriage was marred by Hyperion's arrogance and ambition. He sought to usurp the rule of Zeus, the king of the gods, and plunged the world into darkness. Rhea was torn between her love for her husband and her loyalty to her children. She knew that Hyperion's actions would bring ruin upon them all. With a heavy heart, she chose to side with Zeus and the Olympians. In the ensuing battle, Rhea's children fought valiantly against their father. Helios's fiery rays scorched Hyperion's skin, while Selene's moonlight blinded him. Eos's dawn light revealed his treachery to the world. In the end, Hyperion was defeated and cast into Tartarus, the deepest abyss of the underworld. Rhea's children emerged victorious, their celestial powers undiminished. As the dust settled, Rhea stood alone on Mount Othrys, her heart filled with both sorrow and pride. She had lost her husband, but she had saved her children and the world from darkness. From that day forward, Rhea became known as the Titaness of sight and shining light, a symbol of hope and resilience. Her eyes continued to illuminate the world, guiding lost souls and inspiring hearts. And her children, the sun, moon, and dawn, continued to shine brightly, a testament to her unwavering love and the enduring power of light. As the centuries passed, Rhea's legend faded into myth and folklore. but her legacy lived on in the celestial bodies that bore her name. The sun, moon, and dawn became symbols of hope, renewal, and the eternal cycle of life. And so, the Titaness Thea, mother of the celestial bodies, remained forever etched in the tapestry of the heavens, a shining beacon of light and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where the gods and goddesses resided, there lived a Titaness of unparalleled wisdom and authority, Themis. As the embodiment of divine law and order, she held a pivotal role in the celestial hierarchy. Themis was the daughter of Uranus, the primordial sky god, and Gaia, the earth goddess. From her union with Zeus, the king of the gods, she bore 3 daughters, the Fates, who controlled the threads of destiny, and the Horae, who personified the seasons and the passage of time. Themis possessed an unwavering sense of justice and fairness. She was the guardian of oaths and contracts, ensuring that all agreements were honored and that the scales of justice remained balanced. Her presence in the celestial court brought order and harmony to the often chaotic realm of the gods. One fateful day, as the gods gathered in the grand hall of Olympus, a dispute arose between Zeus and Hera, his queen. Zeus had taken a mortal woman named Semele as his lover, and Hera, consumed by jealousy, sought to punish her rival. Themis intervened, her voice resonating with authority. "Zeus," she proclaimed, "you have broken your oath to Hera. You must abide by the laws you have sworn to uphold." Zeus, taken aback by Themis's boldness, hesitated. He had always been known for his capricious nature, but even he could not defy the Titaness of divine law. With a heavy heart, he agreed to banish Semele from Olympus. Themis's wisdom and impartiality extended beyond the celestial realm. She was also revered by mortals, who sought her guidance in matters of justice and morality. She established courts and tribunals, where disputes could be resolved fairly and according to the laws of the gods. One such mortal was a young shepherd named Daphnis. He had been falsely accused of stealing a flock of sheep, and his life hung in the balance. Desperate for justice, he appealed to Themis. Themis listened intently to Daphnis's plea, her keen eyes piercing through the lies and deceit that surrounded him. She summoned the witnesses and examined the evidence, unraveling the truth with the precision of a master weaver. In the end, Daphnis was exonerated, and his accusers were punished for their treachery. Themis's unwavering commitment to justice had once again prevailed. As the centuries passed, Themis's influence grew. She became the patroness of lawgivers and judges, inspiring them to uphold the principles of fairness and equality. Her image adorned temples and courthouses, a constant reminder of the importance of divine law and order. And so, Themis, the Titaness of divine law and order, continued to watch over the realms of gods and mortals alike, ensuring that justice prevailed and that the scales of destiny remained in balance. Her wisdom and authority became a beacon of hope for those who sought truth and justice in a world often filled with chaos and uncertainty. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans once reigned supreme, there lived Atlas, a formidable giant whose strength surpassed that of mortals. His towering frame, adorned with rippling muscles, was a testament to his indomitable spirit. As the eldest son of Iapetus and Clymene, Atlas possessed an unyielding determination that would forever etch his name in the annals of mythology. However, fate had a cruel twist in store for Atlas. When the Olympians, led by the thunderous Zeus, waged war against the Titans, Atlas found himself on the losing side. In a cataclysmic battle that shook the heavens, the Titans were overthrown, and Zeus, the victor, sought to punish those who had defied his authority. Among the vanquished Titans, Atlas was singled out for a particularly harsh fate. Zeus, in his infinite wisdom, condemned Atlas to an eternity of torment. He was to stand at the western edge of the world, his shoulders burdened with the weight of the celestial sphere. The weight of the heavens pressed down upon him with an unbearable force, threatening to crush his very being. As the centuries turned into millennia, Atlas endured his punishment with stoic resolve. His muscles ached, his bones creaked, and his spirit grew weary. Yet, through it all, he never faltered. He stood firm, his gaze fixed upon the horizon, a silent testament to his unyielding strength. The weight of the heavens not only burdened Atlas physically but also weighed heavily upon his mind. He witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth and death of stars, and the endless cycle of life and decay. The knowledge of the world's suffering and the futility of existence filled him with a profound sense of despair. In his solitude, Atlas became a symbol of both strength and suffering. He was the embodiment of the human condition, forever striving against the relentless forces of fate. His story resonated with mortals who struggled under the weight of their own burdens, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. As the ages passed, Atlas's legend grew. Poets and storytellers immortalized his tale in epic verses and tragic plays. Artists depicted him as a towering figure, his muscles straining beneath the celestial sphere. His image became a symbol of endurance, resilience, and the indomitable spirit that resides within all of us. One day, as Atlas stood at his eternal post, he heard a faint cry for help. A young woman named Hesperia, lost and alone in the wilderness, had stumbled upon his desolate realm. Moved by her plight, Atlas summoned his remaining strength and used his mighty shoulders to lift the celestial sphere just enough for Hesperia to pass beneath. In that brief moment of respite, Atlas experienced a glimmer of hope. He realized that even in his darkest hour, he could still make a difference in the world. From that day forward, Atlas became a beacon of hope for those who were lost and despairing. He used his strength not only to bear the weight of the heavens but also to guide and protect those who crossed his path. And so, Atlas, the Titan who was once condemned to an eternity of torment, became a symbol of both suffering and redemption. His story taught mortals that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to find strength, purpose, and hope. And as the stars continued to twinkle above him, Atlas stood firm, an eternal reminder of the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. In the ethereal realm of Olympus, where gods and goddesses presided over the mortal world, there lived a lesser-known deity named Zeus. Unlike his illustrious kin, Zeus was not a god of thunder or wisdom, but rather the personification of dedication, zeal, and rivalry. Zeus was the son of Pallas, the titan of warcraft, and Styx, the goddess of the underworld river. From his father, he inherited an unyielding determination and a thirst for competition, while from his mother, he gained a relentless spirit that knew no bounds. Zeus was a tireless worker, driven by an insatiable desire to excel. He spent countless hours honing his skills, whether it be in the art of war, the pursuit of knowledge, or the relentless pursuit of victory. His dedication was such that he would often forego sleep and sustenance, his mind consumed by the task at hand. But Zeus's zeal was not limited to his own endeavors. He was also a fierce competitor, always striving to outdo his rivals. Whether it was in a battle of wits or a physical contest, Zeus would push himself to the brink to prove his superiority. His competitive nature fueled his ambition and drove him to achieve greatness. One day, as Zeus was practicing his archery skills in the forests of Olympus, he encountered a young mortal named Heracles. Heracles was renowned for his strength and courage, and Zeus was eager to test his mettle against him. A fierce rivalry ensued between the two, each determined to prove himself the superior warrior. They engaged in a series of challenges, from wrestling to chariot racing, and each time, Zeus's dedication and competitive spirit pushed him to the brink of victory. However, Heracles possessed a strength and determination that matched Zeus's own. The rivalry between them became a legend, a testament to the indomitable spirit of both gods and mortals. As the years passed, Zeus's reputation as the personification of dedication and rivalry spread throughout the mortal world. He became a symbol of perseverance, a reminder that even the most daunting challenges could be overcome with unwavering determination and a relentless pursuit of excellence. But Zeus's zeal also had its drawbacks. His relentless pursuit of victory could sometimes lead him to become consumed by his ambitions. He would often neglect his relationships and responsibilities in his quest for greatness. One day, Zelus's father, Pallas, approached him with a stern expression. "My son," he said, "your dedication is commendable, but you must not let your ambition blind you to the things that truly matter." Zelus listened intently to his father's words. He realized that while dedication and rivalry were powerful forces, they could also be destructive if not tempered with wisdom and compassion. From that day forward, Zelus vowed to balance his zeal with a newfound sense of purpose. He continued to strive for excellence, but he also made time for his loved ones and the things that brought him joy. And so, Zelus, the personification of dedication, zeal, and rivalry, became a symbol of both the power and the pitfalls of ambition. He taught mortals that while it is important to pursue our goals with unwavering determination, we must never lose sight of the things that truly make life worth living. In the ethereal realm where celestial beings dwelled, Zephyrus, the god of the west wind, reigned supreme. His domain extended over vast expanses, where he commanded the gentle breezes that whispered through meadows and the tempestuous gales that lashed against towering cliffs. Zephyrus was a figure of both beauty and power. His form was that of a handsome youth, with flowing golden hair that danced in the wind and piercing blue eyes that reflected the boundless expanse of the sky. His wings, as delicate as butterfly wings, were adorned with intricate patterns that shimmered with iridescent hues. As the god of the west wind, Zephyrus held sway over the changing seasons. With a gentle breath, he could usher in the warmth of spring, bringing forth vibrant blooms and the sweet scent of wildflowers. His touch could also summon the fury of autumn, as he sent swirling leaves dancing through the air and stripped trees bare. But it was in the realm of love that Zephyrus's power truly shone. He was known as the bringer of gentle breezes that carried messages of affection and kindled the flames of passion. His name became synonymous with the sweet whispers of lovers and the stolen kisses shared beneath the rustling leaves. One fateful day, as Zephyrus soared through the heavens, his gaze fell upon a beautiful nymph named Cronus. Her emerald-green hair cascaded over her shoulders like a silken waterfall, and her eyes sparkled with the brilliance of 1,000 stars. Zephyrus was instantly smitten, and he descended from the sky to woo her. With his gentle touch, Zephyrus transformed Cronus into the goddess of flowers, known as Flora. Together, they ruled over the realm of nature, bringing forth an abundance of vibrant blooms and fragrant scents. Their love story became a legend, whispered among the gods and mortals alike. However, Zephyrus's reign was not without its challenges. Boreas, the god of the north wind, was a constant rival, seeking to claim Zephyrus's domain. The two gods often clashed in fierce battles, their icy blasts and howling gales tearing at the fabric of the sky. Yet, Zephyrus always emerged victorious, his gentle breezes proving more powerful than Boreas's icy fury. He became known as the protector of the West, a symbol of hope and renewal in the face of adversity. As the centuries passed, Zephyrus's legend grew. He was depicted in countless works of art, his image adorning temples and palaces. His name was invoked by sailors and travelers, who prayed for his favor as they embarked on perilous journeys. And so, Zephyrus, the god of the west wind, continued to reign supreme, his gentle breezes whispering tales of love, renewal, and the indomitable spirit that resides within the heart of nature. In the ethereal realm of Mount Olympus, where the gods and goddesses resided, there lived a formidable deity named Rhea. As the daughter of the mighty Titan Pallas, she inherited an indomitable spirit and an unparalleled force that made her a formidable presence among the divine pantheon. Rhea's very essence embodied the raw power of the universe. Her muscles rippled with an otherworldly strength, and her eyes burned with an intensity that could shatter mountains. She was the embodiment of brute force, capable of crushing her enemies with a single blow. Yet, beneath her formidable exterior lay a complex and enigmatic soul. Rhea was not merely a mindless brute, she possessed a keen intellect and a deep understanding of the cosmic order. She knew that true power lay not only in physical might but also in the ability to control and direct it. As the goddess of force, Rhea played a pivotal role in the affairs of the gods. She was the one who enforced their decrees, crushing any resistance with her overwhelming power. When Zeus, the king of the gods, needed to assert his authority, he would often call upon Rhea to carry out his will. One fateful day, as the gods gathered in the grand hall of Olympus, a rebellion erupted among the Titans, led by the treacherous Cronus. The Titans, once the rulers of the universe, had been overthrown by Zeus and his siblings, but they harbored a deep-seated resentment and sought to regain their former glory. As the battle raged, Rhea stood at the forefront of the Olympian forces, her fists clenched and her eyes blazing with righteous fury. She charged into the fray, her every blow sending shockwaves through the battlefield. Titans fell before her like wheat before a scythe, their bodies shattered and their spirits broken. Amidst the chaos, Rhea encountered Cronus himself, the ancient Titan who had once been the father of Zeus. Cronus was a formidable opponent, his strength and cunning unmatched. But Rhea was undeterred. She met his every attack with equal force, her blows echoing through the heavens. The battle between Rhea and Cronus was a titanic struggle that shook the very foundations of Olympus. The gods and Titans watched in awe as the two deities clashed, their power illuminating the battlefield like 1,000 suns. Finally, after a grueling battle, Rhea delivered the decisive blow. With a thunderous roar, she shattered Cronus's skull, sending his spirit screaming into the abyss. The rebellion was crushed, and the Titans were once again defeated. In the aftermath of the battle, Rhea emerged as a symbol of the indomitable spirit of the gods. She had proven that even the most formidable of foes could be overcome with unwavering force and determination. From that day forward, Rhea's name became synonymous with power and authority. She became the guardian of the Olympian order, ensuring that the gods' will was carried out without question. And as the ages passed, her legend grew, inspiring countless mortals to embrace their own strength and to strive for greatness. But Rhea's legacy extended beyond the realm of physical force. She also taught the gods and mortals alike the importance of controlling and directing their power. She showed them that true strength lay not in mindless destruction but in the ability to use it wisely and for the greater good. And so, Rhea, the Titan goddess of force and power, became a symbol of both the indomitable spirit and the wisdom to wield it responsibly. Her name echoed through the annals of history, inspiring generations to come to embrace their own strength and to use it for the betterment of the world. In the ethereal realm of Olympus, where celestial beings dwelled, there lived Boreas, the formidable god of the north wind. His icy breath could freeze the very marrow of mortals, and his tempestuous storms could shatter mountains and uproot ancient trees. Boreas was a solitary figure, his heart as cold as the winds he commanded. He preferred the desolate wastes of Thrace, where howling gales and swirling snowstorms were his constant companions. His palace was a cavern carved into the side of Mount Hemus, its walls adorned with intricate ice crystals that shimmered like 1,000 stars. One fateful day, as Boreas surveyed his icy domain, his gaze fell upon a beautiful mortal maiden named Orithyia. Her long, flowing hair danced in the wind like a silken banner, and her eyes sparkled with an ethereal glow. Intrigued, Boreas descended from his mountaintop and approached the unsuspecting girl. With a gentle caress of his icy fingers, Boreas whispered sweet nothings into Orithyia's ear. His voice was as cold as the winter wind, yet it carried a strange allure that captivated her senses. Orithyia found herself drawn to the enigmatic god, despite the fear that gnawed at her heart. As the sun began its descent, Boreas seized Orithyia in his powerful arms and carried her away to his icy palace. The wind howled and shrieked around them, but Orithyia felt no fear. She was mesmerized by the beauty of the frozen landscape and the intoxicating presence of her captor. In Boreas's palace, Orithyia was treated with both reverence and cruelty. He showered her with gifts of ice and snow, but his icy heart remained untouched by her love. Orithyia longed for warmth and affection, but Boreas was incapable of providing it. As the years passed, Orithyia bore Boreas 2 sons, Zets and Calais. The boys inherited their father's swiftness and strength, and they became renowned as the winged warriors of the Argonauts. However, Orithia's heart remained heavy with longing for her lost home and the warmth of human companionship. One day, as Boreas was away on a distant journey, Orithyia seized her chance to escape. With the help of her sons, she fled from the icy palace and returned to her mortal realm. Boreas was furious when he discovered her absence, and he pursued her relentlessly. A fierce battle ensued between Boreas and the Argonauts, who had come to Orithia's aid. The wind howled and the waves crashed as the two forces clashed in a titanic struggle. In the end, Boreas was defeated, and Orithyia was reunited with her family. From that day forward, Boreas became a symbol of both the destructive and the life-giving power of the wind. He was feared by mortals for his icy storms, but he was also revered as the bringer of rain and the harbinger of spring. And though his heart remained forever cold, the memory of Orithyia lingered in his thoughts, a bittersweet reminder of the love he had once known. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, there lived a Titaness named Clymene. Her name, meaning renowned, belied her illustrious lineage and the extraordinary destiny that awaited her sons. Clymene was the daughter of the primordial deities, Oceanus and Tethys. Her ethereal beauty and radiant aura set her apart from her kin. She possessed a keen intellect and an unyielding spirit, traits that would shape the lives of her children. One fateful day, Clymene encountered the enigmatic Titan, Iapetus. His piercing gaze and enigmatic demeanor captivated her. Together, they forged a bond that would forever alter the course of history. From their union, Clymene gave birth to three extraordinary sons, Atlas, Prometheus, and Epimetheus. Atlas, the eldest, inherited his mother's strength and resilience. He was destined to bear the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders, a punishment for his role in the Titanomachy, the war against the Olympian gods. Prometheus, the middle son, possessed a cunning mind and a rebellious spirit. He defied the gods by stealing fire from Mount Olympus and gifting it to mankind. His actions brought both progress and punishment, as he was chained to a rock and subjected to eternal torment. Epimetheus, the youngest, was known for his short-sightedness and impulsive nature. He accepted a beautiful woman named Pandora from the gods, unaware that she carried a jar filled with all the evils of the world. His folly unleashed suffering upon humanity. As the mother of these legendary figures, Clymene played a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of both gods and mortals. Her sons' actions would forever be etched in the annals of mythology, leaving an enduring legacy that would inspire and awe generations to come. Clymene's own fate was intertwined with that of her children. After the Titanomachy, she was imprisoned in Tartarus, the deepest abyss of the underworld. Yet, her spirit remained unyielding. She became a symbol of resilience and the indomitable power of motherhood. In the depths of Tartarus, Clymene found solace in the memories of her sons. She recalled their laughter, their triumphs, and their sacrifices. Their legacy became her own, a testament to the enduring bonds of family and the transformative power of love. As the eons passed, Clymene's name faded from the lips of mortals. But her story continued to be whispered among the Titans, a tale of a Titaness who gave birth to legends and whose spirit forever illuminated the darkest corners of the underworld. And so, Clymene, the Titaness of fame, became a timeless figure, her legacy forever intertwined with the extraordinary destinies of her sons. Her name may have been forgotten, but her spirit lived on, a testament to the enduring power of motherhood and the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. In the ethereal realm of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, there lived a formidable figure named Zeus. As the Titan of intellect and father of Leto, he possessed an unparalleled mind and a profound understanding of the cosmos. Zeus' appearance was as imposing as his intellect. His towering frame was adorned with a flowing mane of silver hair and piercing blue eyes that seemed to penetrate the very fabric of reality. His countenance radiated an aura of wisdom and authority, commanding respect from all who beheld him. As the Titan of intellect, Zeus was renowned for his exceptional cognitive abilities. He could unravel the most complex mysteries, decipher ancient texts, and predict the future with uncanny accuracy. His mind was a labyrinth of knowledge, filled with an inexhaustible wealth of information. Zeus' intellect extended beyond mere academic pursuits. He was also a skilled strategist and a master of deception. His cunning and foresight allowed him to outmaneuver his opponents and achieve his goals with remarkable efficiency. However, Zeus' greatest legacy lay in his role as the father of Leto. Leto was the mother of Apollo and Artemis, two of the most revered deities in the Greek pantheon. Through his daughter, Zeus became the grandfather of these powerful gods, whose influence shaped the destiny of mortals and immortals alike. Zeus' relationship with Leto was a complex one. He loved his daughter deeply, but he also recognized her independent spirit and her determination to forge her own path. When Leto became pregnant with Zeus's children, Zeus was torn between his loyalty to his fellow Titans and his love for his daughter. Ultimately, Zeus chose to support Leto, even though it meant defying his brothers and sisters. He provided her with sanctuary and protection, ensuring the safe birth of Apollo and Artemis. This act of defiance earned him the respect of both the gods and the Titans. As the Titanomachy, the war between the Titans and the Olympians, raged, Zeus fought valiantly alongside his brethren. However, despite their formidable power, the Titans were ultimately defeated. Zeus was imprisoned in the depths of Tartarus, where he remained for centuries. In the darkness of Tartarus, Zeus' intellect did not diminish. He continued to ponder the mysteries of the universe, seeking solace in the pursuit of knowledge. His mind became a beacon of hope for his fellow prisoners, who looked to him for guidance and inspiration. Centuries later, when the Olympians finally released the Titans from their imprisonment, Zeus emerged from Tartarus as a wiser and more compassionate being. He had learned the folly of pride and the importance of reconciliation. Zeus returned to Mount Othrys, where he was welcomed by his former enemies. He shared his vast knowledge with the Olympians, helping them to understand the complexities of the cosmos and the nature of humanity. In the twilight of his existence, Zeus became a revered elder, respected by both gods and mortals alike. His intellect and wisdom continued to guide the world, shaping the course of history and inspiring generations to come. And so, the legacy of Zeus, the Titan of intellect and father of Leto, lived on long after his physical form had passed. His mind, a testament to the boundless power of knowledge, became a beacon of enlightenment for all who sought to unravel the mysteries of the universe. In the ethereal expanse of Mount Othrys, where the Titans held sway, resided Cronus, the Titan of heavenly constellations. His celestial domain extended far beyond the mortal realm, encompassing the vast tapestry of stars that adorned the night sky. Cronus was a figure of immense power and wisdom. His gaze could pierce through the celestial veil, revealing the hidden secrets of the cosmos. He possessed an encyclopedic knowledge of the stars, their movements, and their significance. As the father of Astraeus, Pallas, and Perses, Cronus played a pivotal role in shaping the celestial order. Astraeus, the Titan of stars, inherited his father's celestial wisdom and became the guardian of the constellations. Pallas, the Titan of war, was known for his strategic brilliance and his ability to navigate the celestial battlefield. Perses, the Titan of destruction, possessed a formidable power that could shatter stars and reshape the heavens. One fateful day, as Cronus surveyed his celestial realm, he noticed a disturbance in the cosmic balance. A rogue star, known as Typhon, had escaped its celestial prison and was wreaking havoc upon the constellations. Its chaotic movements threatened to disrupt the harmony of the heavens. Cronus knew that he had to intervene. Summoning his celestial powers, he confronted Typhon in a cosmic battle that shook the very foundations of the universe. Stars collided, constellations shattered, and the celestial fabric trembled. With each passing moment, the battle grew more intense. Cronus unleashed his celestial knowledge, manipulating the stars to his advantage. He summoned the brightest stars to form a celestial shield, deflecting Typhon's attacks. He commanded the constellations to align in a strategic formation, trapping the rogue star within a celestial cage. As the battle reached its climax, Coeus unleashed his most powerful celestial weapon, the Star of Destiny. This celestial artifact, forged from the heart of a dying star, possessed the power to alter the course of fate. With a surge of cosmic energy, Coeus hurled the Star of Destiny at Typhon, striking it with an unyielding force. The impact shattered Typhon into 1,000 fragments, scattering its celestial essence across the heavens. The rogue star was vanquished, and the celestial balance was restored. In the aftermath of the battle, Coeus emerged as a triumphant victor. He had proven his celestial prowess and secured the safety of the heavens. The constellations, once threatened by chaos, now shone brighter than ever before, a testament to Coeus's unwavering guardianship. From that day forward, Coeus became known as the Titan of heavenly constellations, the protector of the celestial order. His wisdom and power guided the stars, ensuring that they would forever illuminate the night sky and guide the destinies of mortals. And so, as the celestial tapestry continued to unfold, Coeus stood watch over the heavens, a silent guardian of the cosmic realm. His legacy would endure for eternity, etched into the stars that adorn the night sky, a testament to his celestial mastery and the enduring power of the Titans.